from the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, Cowboys fan! How about them Cowboys? Yeah, baby. Vic's got his CD Lamb jersey on.
No, I thought that was a Travis Hunter jersey. You got? Is that a Shador?
It is a Shador.
That's a Shador jersey you got on there?
Oh, you guys are so screwed.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah, you are. This is...
Shoot, I've been worse places.
No, the hell you have.
Dude, I've been in far. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a lifetime Cowboy fan. I've seen worse.
I don't know that you have.
I watched
frankly.
Anthony Wright take snaps. I watched Quincy Carter lose lots of football games.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something right now. Quincy Carter at age, let's say, what do you think he is, 50 right now?
Yeah, probably.
Would you rather have Quincy Carter or Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush. At least Cooper Rush knows the playbook.
That guy
They might not be able to execute it, but he knows it.
This son of a bitch last night when they ran in that fumble, I was so mad because at the time it was 20-10. I had under 41.5, and I was feeling good. I was like, okay, I'm in a good position right now. I could have a touchdown and a field goal and still be good. And as soon as he fumbled that ball, I said, well, there goes that money. And sure enough, he picked it up. That fat man picked it up and ran it in.
If
and
you
the
were
Cowboys'
my son,
fat guy had it first.
If you were my son and you came to me and you had just told me that same story, like, Bob, I bet the under and the Cowboys screwed it up.
Yeah.
Well, a fool and his money. That you should have nothing to do with the Cowboys, because if you touch it, no matter which way you touch it, it's going to go south on you. You can't win with this.
I learned a lesson last night betting Cowboys games.
Don't do it anymore.
Because I predicted the final score would be 17-10. I was half right. And what I should have just done is bet the Cowboys team total under. Cowboys were never going to score. The touchdown the Cowboys got was so fluky.
Here's what's going to get you. You're going to do that, and then CeeDee's going to catch something deep. It's going to snake bite you.
Well, I mean, they had a deep touchdown last night.
If you bet under, they're going to go over, still lose. You bet the over, they're going to go under and lose even worse. Whatever you want to do, the Cowboys are going to screw you from here on out. So my advice to you is just kind of treat this like you're on the highway and there's a crash on the other side. Slow down and stare at it, but move along. There's nothing to see.
The stat that I mentioned the other day, they've put up on the board here. Cowboys now trailed by 20 or more points in 6 consecutive games.
I mean, the good news is
home games going back to the playoffs.
That's
the only
never
team in
happened
history.
So the good news is if you're going to fail colossally bad.
No, here's the sad part. They had already broken that record.
Yeah, so
like
own
5
this.
in a row was 5 in a row was already the record. Now they're at 6 in a row.
So we have several more games to lengthen this to unattainable levels.
They are getting separation.
We want to be the Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Of suck.
Yeah.
We want to have not to have had 10,000 women, but to have been screwed 10,000 times. We want that. If we want to go get a record, we want to really air it out. Wait till you get a load of Will Greer.
You want to
Wait
be
till you see some Trey Lance running this offense. You think it's bad now?
The Cowboys are going to be like Cy Young with 511 wins. Like no one's ever going to come close to the things that they do.
It's going to be a monument to suck, the likes of which we've never seen before. You think it's bad now? Wait till you see some of the punt fakes we've got cooking. We got some fake punts that will not only not get the first down, but will lead to certain touchdowns. Oh, wait till you get a layer of the Thanksgiving trick plays we got coming. Ooh, boy.
If only that fake punt had worked. The whole game would have been different.
That's like the Bad News Bears.
Whole thing would have been different.
Bad News Bears get 3 guys walked onto base and try to steal home in a triple play. See, what? You went for it, huh?
This is the difference between Rob and I. Because Rob, being a Cowboy fan, he said last night there was a point in the game where he started to actively root
I'm
against the
rooting
Cowboys.
against them. I want failure, abject and colossal failure at every turn.
And for me, as a non-Cowboys fan, there was a point last night where I felt sad for the Cowboys.
Oh, don't do that.
I did.
Don't
I was
get
like,
caught in that.
I was like, man, these guys, I can't even imagine what this feels like. Because the truth is, like, listen, being a Buffalo Bills fan sucks. All right, like it's
You've had a taste of it.
I've never celebrated a Super Bowl victory. I've never.
No, you've been to the depths. You're one of the few fan groups. The Saints have been down there. There's a few fan groups that we can identify with.
But in my lifetime, I think there was like maybe 1 year where the Bills were embarrassingly bad. The Bills have always been like, in a bad year, the Bills will be 6-10. It was maybe a year or two after the Music City Miracle, the Bills went 3-13, and it was what was that coach's name? It was right. So Wade Phillips was the coach of the Music City Miracle. It was Greg Williams was the head coach, and they went 3-13.
The DC that got popped for the headhunter.
Yeah,
all right, yeah, I remember.
I was like, this guy. It was his very first year. I said, this is the worst coach ever. And he didn't last long. There was a time where it was like
Bountygate. That's what it was.
Greg Williams, Mike Mularkey, Dick Geron.
Hey man, you are
Perry Fuel. They were just rolling through these guys.
Cowboys.
Chan Gailey. But that was the only year I remember thinking, this is the worst team in the world. Like how is this team is so bad?
I would say it's been since like 2001, 2002. The parade from like Randall Cunningham and Clint Sterner and Quincy Carter and Ryan Leaf, that's been in between. It's been a series of 7 and 9s, 8 and 8s. That's what the mediocrity. Now I cheer the suck. Embrace it. This is the only way you're gonna get better, Cowboy fan. You have to hit rock bottom because there's no money in the bank. You're gonna have to draft a lot of kids.
Yeah,
you're gonna.
And you got to draft the right one.
Well, slow down. We walk before we can run. We're gonna have to draft a lot of people and maybe find 1 or 2 diamonds in there. But everybody's talking about tanking for the number 1 pick. They can't afford to draft number 1. They're gonna have to trade it. They're gonna trade it for 2 number 3s. They're gonna have to trade down. There ain't no number 1 pick coming. There ain't no top 5 pick coming.
It's crazy. What a mess this has become.
Oh, it's as bad as you can get. You're putting out a fire with gasoline. That's what do you got in the bucket? I don't know. Throw it on there.
And the idea that at least normally when you have a crappy team, you're like, okay, well, we can always go back to the well next year, and I'm trying to even think who are the teams that are right now even in the crappy stratosphere of the Cowboys. But
it's us and the Jets. The monumental collapse and the money that's involved in the collapse. There's nobody else that strung through than the Cowboys and the Jets.
Like the Raiders right now. Well, the Raiders can go, you know what? We're going to swing at a quarterback this offseason, and maybe he'll hit, and maybe he won't. Chances are good. The Raiders, he probably won't. But at least they know they've got that chance.
Yeah.
The Cowboys don't. The Giants are in the same boat too. The Giants they're going to draft a quarterback, and maybe he'll be good, maybe he won't. The Cowboys are stuck with what they've got.
The guy on crutches. That guy.
This has to somehow. Yeah. The guy who has to wear a walking boot to go fishing.
3 years after that injury. Yeah.
They are married to this future.
And that's not only him. CD is not going anywhere. Trayvon's not going anywhere. Micah's about to get locked up over a series of franchise tags and arguments over the next several years. If they stay with him, there's no money in the bank.
So, here's your hope. I mean, I guess you can. The assumption is you will draft a offensive lineman with your first round pick
at the minimum. Yeah. Your first pick.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
So you draft offensive lineman, Zach Martin's going to be gone. Quite frankly, I don't know. I guess what's the kid's name? Tyler.
Yadish?
No.
Guyton?
No, the other one, Tyron Smith. Not Tyron Smith. Tyler Smith, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's good.
Well, Guyton, I think, has potential.
Guyton looks like garbage.
Yeah, but he thrown into the fire.
Dude, you're right, thrown into the fire. But like, bro, you've gotten worse as the years gone on.
Well, yeah, he's a professional victim now, but I'm not going to put him out as a failure. I'm going to put him out as a guy that's been in the fire week after week playing Pro Bowlers, and we've even talked to him. I mean, he's had a rough go at it. Is there potential more questions than in training camp? But I don't think they're worried about left tackle.
Okay.
I think left tackle, left guard, I think they're pretty comfortable there. It's the rest of the line.
I think what they're going to end up doing is drafting another left tackle
at least,
and letting them compete and say one of you guys is going to be left tackle, one's going to be right tackle.
I agree with that. I think that's first look is offensive line. They're going to have to address running back some way. Defensive line continues to be an issue. Do you want to go on?
Okay, but here's the question.
Continue?
Here's the question. Let's say you get another offensive tackle and you get a running back. Did those two things fix this?
Well, I think a running game goes a long way.
But you realize this isn't just a running back issue with the running game.
No, you think I'm telling you that a couple of draft picks puts them in playoffs? We're talking about 3 years of rebuild. This
That's
ain't
what I'm
a
saying.
one-time a couple of draft picks were better. Now, that's the attitude they're going to play with. They're going to come and tell you the story of all we need is a few pieces and parts, and we'll be right back to where we expected to be. No.
What
This
they need a miracle worker at coach.
That's going to have to start, but the miracle worker's going to have to show up like Harbaugh. This is not going to be a quick fix. We're going to have to slowly turn this battleship. There's so many things wrong the thing is there is just enough high-end talent to where you can fool yourselves into a 3-game winning streak thinking we're doing things right when you're not.
I wonder if the Cowboys had gone after Harbaugh last year, would they have gotten him?
Well, see, as Cowboy fan, you can't think like that because no matter who you bring in is still going to be co-coach with Jerry Jones. So we could have had Harbaugh, and I heard Belichick's name. Whoever comes in will only be part of what you thought you were getting after they get here, because a part of that total piece of the pie becomes Jerry Jones. Parcells got Jonesed. Everybody gets Jonesed over time. It just happens. So whoever you think you're hiring, add in about 20% of Jerry, because that's what you're going to get.
There are two teams that have a worse scoring differential than the Cowboys, and
did either one of them beat Pittsburgh? Because that's the highlight of the Cowboys season.
Yes,
that's
it is the highlight.
There's still Pittsburgh. So
Carolina beat the Raiders, the Saints, and the Giants. Carolina has the worst scoring differential in the league. They are minus 143. The second worst is the Jacksonville Jags. They are at minus 108. They are 2-9.
Well, keep in mind they gave up a 50 burger this weekend.
Yes,
and they scored 3. So they were behind the Cowboys till this weekend.
Now, also something to keep in mind: the Jags have played one more game than the Cowboys.
So the Cowboys are the worst team in football.
The Panthers are in that discussion. But
maybe, but only by a little. And by their point, it's by their design. They knew they were going to be bad. Cowboys thought this was a 13-win team.
But to put that into perspective, the minus 106 point differential, the New York Giants are minus 66. The Raiders are minus 98. Like, these are what I consider really bad teams. And the Jets are minus 38. The Patriots are minus 66.
Can I remind you?
They are so much worse than these bad teams.
Remember, the head coach sat and talked with us on Friday, and McCarthy said, really all I'm looking for is our drives to end with a kick. That, my highest aspiration right now. And he's talking about punts.
I feel so bad.
I just want to be able to punt the ball.
And
then he faked it.
I think if he didn't come on our show and we weren't like acquainted with him, I don't want to say like we know him like we're boys.
No.
But if I wasn't acquainted with Mike McCarthy, I would think this was hilarious. As it stands, because he takes the time to come on our show every week, I just feel bad for him. Like, I feel like he's like a battered wife. Like, it's just there's nowhere for him to go.
Yeah.
Like he knows he's in a bad situation and he wants out, but there's not really a way to get out. And he's like, I'm trapped here.
Here's the good news. He's been here before. This is the same thing how it happened in Green Bay. I mean, things just fizzle out. And he spent a year as a dead man walking. He's been in this boat before for different reasons. There, his quarterback was running him out of town. But the fact remains, he has spent a year as the guy that everybody knew was fired. I mean, and you can see it in his mannerisms. You can hear it in his interview. He knows, I know, we all know that everything I say is a facade, is a joke. Everything I say, because I can't tell you the truth. I can't tell you how bad it really is. I can't tell you how my quarterback room is one thing. My wide receivers all hate all of my quarterbacks. My wide receivers and quarterbacks hate each other because neither one can help each other. Did you see last night CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Rush looking at each other, staring at each other like, I was supposed to be up. Now you're supposed to. No. It is so bad. This is week 12. This isn't week 2.
Yeah.
We got how many pre-snap penalties? My God, it couldn't get any worse. I bet there's fewer pre-snap penalties. I bet the Carolina Panthers are capable of getting a snap off more often than the Cowboys.
The difference between when he got fired in Green Bay and this is when he got fired in Green Bay, he had such a run of success there that you knew another gig was coming for him. He'd won a Super Bowl. He'd been to 2 more NFC championship games. Well,
keep in mind, in hindsight, you're right. But in the moment, he was getting run out of town.
You're right.
By his quarterback.
If it weren't for Aaron Rodgers, though, Mike McCarthy might still be in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But because when he got fired, he was 4-7-1. Not great by any means, but. And they weren't getting humiliated what's happening right now, like, how can you feel like anybody's going to look at you and take you seriously going forward because you're getting your pants pulled down on national TV every week?
Well,
and just everybody,
well,
like Nelson on The Simpsons.
The ultimate defense. I was working for the Cowboys. I had Jerry, and everybody goes, "Yeah, that is true. That I get you, man." You got jonesed, and it took 4 years for it to happen, but finally he wore you down to the point where you didn't even know whether it was your decision or his decision. It was just a decision that was going to happen, and that's getting jonesed. Did Parcells had it happen to him? There's been a lot of great ones. The only one that didn't have it happen to him was Jimmy because he got fired. But if he'd have been around long enough, he too would have been jonesed because the little creek that turns into the Grand Canyon is Jerry Jones just slowly wearing his coaches down, slowly, to where you're just part of the long, sad history of the Cowboys.
All right, we'll be back. There's plenty more pointing and laughing at the Cowboys to be done. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up if your travels are taking you along 1604 westbound I-10 to 281, now a 30-minute commute. It's 20 minutes, 1604 northbound I-10 to 35. Road work continues, 35 northbound O'Connor to Judson Road. That's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane, and that's what's causing your delays from Thousand Oaks. On 281 southbound, 1604 to Wurzbach Parkway. No delays right now, about a 5-7-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and that starts with the turkey. And the best turkeys are from Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkey before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either Tri-County Meat Market location on Huebner Road or on Ralph Fair Road.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs, all for immediate delivery. Hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey there, baby. Oh, it's almost like a Monday, but it's a Tuesday because the Cowboys played yesterday. That way, you know, they wanted to make sure everybody could see it.
Well,
the Cowboys fall to 3-7. It's hard to remember that they won 3 games now, isn't it?
There's always Pittsburgh, AJ.
That Pittsburgh.
That's going to be the shining moment.
There was a time in our lives where the Dallas Cowboys had a winning record.
There's always Pittsburgh. And if you have to say that about anything, well, just remember that we always have Pittsburgh. You got trouble. It was just baffling. What is the obviously injuries and depth? That's one thing. But when your coach says, all we want to do is try to play mistake-free football. We want to, if it's 3 and out, that's fine. We'll live to fight another day, but we can't turn the ball over. We got to stop that. That's a point of emphasis. We got to stop the pre-snap penalties and stop the turnovers, and that will at least give us a place to begin. And I'll be damned if it's the coach on his own is responsible for 2 turnovers. He takes points off the board and then doesn't even take the opportunity to add them back on. I mean, it's his fault for 2 of them. Not a player and not knowing the route. Not a running back not holding the ball high and tight. Not that the coach responsible for 2 turnovers. The fake punt, that was so stupid. That's just dumb. It is comedic now. Now, the comedic part of the season begins where, like I was saying, you start to actively root against because that's the only solace you find. I've been here too many times.
There's nothing's going to – well, I think you'll get your share of that, Rob.
Do you think that it'll be Trey Lance, right? Is Cooper Rush done? Is there any way you can roll Cooper Rush back out in front of the fans? Or more importantly, back out in front of your defense? Your defense is going to watch Cooper Rush roll back out there. Never take your helmets off, D. Never take them off.
The saddest indictment, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be favored for the rest of the season.
No, why would they?
Like, there's one situation. So I've already given. So right now, just to put it into perspective, where the Cowboys sit right now, they are 11-point underdogs at Washington.
And the subplots in this are just rich and beautiful.
On December 15th, they're at Carolina. I think at this point, on the road, the Cowboys cannot be favored over anybody. Not even Carolina. Not with Cooper Rush. Not with Trey Lance. They will be, at a minimum, they'll be a pick'em, but I think they'll be an underdog.
Well, you've forgotten the one variable. His name is Mingo.
Oh, yeah.
And he's coming to help.
Well, he's wearing 81. I tweeted that last night. I was like, Jonathan Mingo looks just like T.O. if T.O. didn't know how to play football. Like,
Jonathan Mingo is here to help.
I can't believe he picked 81.
I don't.
I mean, that's just. I know the Cowboys don't retire numbers, and like I know like 88's the big number for the Cowboys, and you know when you're like CeeDee Lamb wearing 88, it makes sense, but 81, like the last guy that really wore 81 that was T.O. and. To put yourself even in that conversation is just a bad call.
I don't think a lot of people think of T.O. as a Cowboy. I think he was a pit stop, man.
Dude,
he wasn't a Cowboy.
I saw that 81, and I was like, that's T.O.
Well, more power to him.
How long was he here? 3 years?
Was it 3 or 2.5? You know, half of one, a full, and another half of another. It was a disjointed bad time. I don't think when you ask me about T.O., I think of him more as an Eagle than I do a Cowboy, more as a 49er than I do
49ers, he probably spent about the same amount of time with the Eagles and the Cowboys.
It fits because he will have the same effect on the Cowboys offense that Mingo will. I mean, yeah, there might be a play or two, but it won't matter. But it's the irony of it that he is wearing 81. That this was the fix. This guy. This was what you saw in the last-ditch effort when there was free agents to be had or signed, when you could have done something. This is what you got.
3 years in Dallas, a year and a half in Philly.
Feels like he was more of an Eagle than a Cowboy.
He was more of a Cowboy than an Eagle.
And in time, not in attention. Cowboy fan, am I alone in this?
You are.
I don't look at him as a Cowboy.
Well, 3 years of T.O., 13 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns. T.O. was awesome in Dallas.
I'm not saying he was bad. It just wasn't here long enough, and there was no effect.
Well, yeah, the team still stunk.
Yeah, I mean, but good, bad, or indifferent, I don't remember much of anything of his time spent other than T.O. bellyache. Yeah. That's all I remember.
T.O. scored 38 touchdowns in a Dallas Cowboys uniform. Jonathan Mingo scored 0 touchdowns in his NFL career. Don't put on 81. That's just a dumb move. It's just a dumb move,
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I didn't even think about it.
The only chance I think the Cowboys have of being favored is 2 weeks from now, the Giants come in, and they're going to come in with Tommy Cutlets at quarterback. I mean, the Giants can't be favored on the road with a backup quarterback against anybody either. So that might be the last chance the Cowboys are favored to win a football game.
They won't be favored.
They shouldn't be.
No.
Honestly, because I think about the Giants. The Giants are better than the Cowboys.
They are. They're better.
And I know they lost to them. They're better. The Giants are better. All right, we'll be back. It's Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up if your travels are taking you along 1604 westbound I-10 to 281. Now a 30-minute commute. It's 20 minutes, 1604 northbound I-10 to 35. Road work continues, 35 northbound O'Connor to Judson Road. That's got the road rate reduced to one lane, and that's what's causing the delays from Thousand Oaks. On 281 southbound, 1604 to Wurzbach Parkway. No delays right now, about a 5-7-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Reese's Dental and Braces.
Black Friday braces specials start now at Reese's Dental and Braces. Get braces for just $2,600 when paid in full or as low as $79 a month, including retainers and braces removal. Offer valid until December 14th. Save big this Black Friday. Visit ReesesDental.com.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters just $19.99 to festive family PJs now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm faux mink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey! Oh, I got all the clips now. We're going to hear from Coach McCarthy later. We're going to hear from CeeDee Lamb. We're going to hear from Coop. Oh, my.
See CeeDee Lamb cussing at the bench?
CeeDee Lamb is so angry right now.
Hey, he signed a contract.
You think he has regret?
Until he gets his check.
I mean, he could have got that check from a lot of teams.
Maybe. Yeah, he's the one who would.
He and Micah could have gotten. They would have been all right wherever they went. Dak too, quite frankly.
Yeah, well, it's in my sports center. If you hadn't heard, McCarthy's house was put on the market back in July. His $5.7 million mansion in Allen. It appears that there's a contract pending on it.
Well, there you go.
He's out from underneath that. So, I guess we talk about feeling bad for folks. At least Mike's got has got his parachute is ready to deploy. But when things go this bad, is there any solitude, any solace? Do you think McCarthy woke up today going, well, if it wasn't officially over before, it is over now?
Dude, I think McCarthy is waking up every day and he's thinking, okay, what's our record right now? 3-7.
Well, have you ever been in a situation where you knew it's over? You saw the end of the contract. You saw the end of the project that come the last day of this regular season. I'm packing my box up, and I'm leaving this building never to return.
The only time I've ever been like that in my life was when I knew I was leaving the Army.
When you're like, so think about your attitude. When you knew that on this day I'm going to leave and I'm never coming back.
Yeah. That's the only time I've left a job like that where I was like, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because when I left Houston, the offer came pretty quick, and I was like, I had to make a decision pretty quick and be like, oh, do I want to leave this really comfortable situation?
The thing is, you've never been – but I'm talking about the end of an incredibly uncomfortable, terrible – we're not talking about the good, I got a better gig, or this gig was over, but I enjoyed it, but I knew the end was coming, and I'd planned for another thing. This, it is over.
Yeah, it's tough. It's an awkward situation. All I can imagine, he's just looking at his watch and saying 7 more weeks. 7 more weeks.
So with that in mind, you start questioning every decision. Every decision from here on out, you go, did you make that as a considered, thoughtful decision, or did you go,
Dude, I mean, I think that's like you said, what's your mindset? Like, do you think my last 3 weeks in the military, I was worried how shiny my boots were?
Exactly. Screw it. Pull them off. Take the points off the board. Let's fake it. Let's go for it. 4th and 17 after we got sacked on 3rd and 9. I know I said I'd like all of my drives to end with a kick, and I didn't care what kind. Let's go for it.
Man, I genuinely feel bad for Cowboy fans.
Don't
do.
feel bad for us.
I have to.
We get what we tolerate, and we have tolerated this for 25 years. We got exactly what we deserved. We bought the ticket. We bought the jersey. Hey, where's my? I brought it in here. My proud training camp towel. What did I do with that thing that I brought in to blow some snot on? We bought that. I bought it all. I funded this thing. I'm the investor on this. My fault, man.
You get
My
what
fault.
you deserve, huh?
You don't get what you deserve. You get what you tolerate. If you will tolerate, that's exactly what you're going to get. And I have tolerated this for so long that I don't even remember when I started to tolerate it. I don't even know when it began. I can't pinpoint the time. It was probably right about the time Quincy Carter turned the ball over about 2002, where I went, well, you know, something has gone weird with me. I've changed.
Maybe it's since the catch.
Maybe it was Dez caught it.
He caught it.
Maybe it was then.
He caught
Maybe it was when Dwight caught it with the 49ers back in 70, whatever. Maybe it was, I don't know. Yeah. But whenever it happened, I just turned into this fan. This is who I am. I'll sit here and go, oh, yeah, he told me he was going to punt it, but let's go for it.
Yeah,
let's pull 3 points off the board and then not get another opportunity to kick it again just to make it even. Let's go for it in the end zone, turn it over. Let's do that. Let's really let's take a bad situation and really foobar it. Let's take it beyond belief. Yeah. That's where we are, and I tolerate that.
Well, I don't know. Are Cowboys fans? I think Cowboys fans though are the type where you're going to continue to tolerate it.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I admit it.
We're used to it.
I am the functioning alcoholic.
That's what you've got to be.
I know I got a problem.
So, like, the one thing with the Texans, because I worked in Houston during this time, there was a group of people who, and I didn't really believe them, but they were like, if this doesn't change, we're done. And it was the Jack Easterby thing. And Jack Easterby was pulling the strings on these decisions. And the team was, I mean, it was getting worse and worse. And not only was it the on-field product bad, but it was just difficult to cheer for this team that was letting these crazy things happen. And it was like
it got weird in the Houston.
You're letting like a mega pastor run a mega church. It's like imagine Joel Osteen is suddenly the GM of the Rockets,
making
crazy
big decisions. Yeah,
and there were people who were like, "I'm done with this team. I'm done." And I said, "Oh, okay, sure you are." I had friends who had season tickets from day one and there was a time when there was a long wait. There was a longer wait list for season tickets for the Texans than there were season tickets. There were more people waiting for season tickets than had them. In a 2-year span, the waiting list was gone, completely gone. Everybody who wanted season tickets had them. And I'm sure there's now back to a waiting list. I could not believe how many people gave up their PSLs that they bought when the stadium opened.
Okay, you say that about Texan fan. How many Cowboy fans have you ever heard of doing that?
That's what I'm saying. They won't do it.
It just doesn't happen. Now,
but again, I didn't think Texans fans would do it, and they finally were like, enough. That's enough.
We're talking 25 years. This has been going on as long as there's been a Houston Texans. I mean, legitimately. Yeah. I mean, we've been in this same boat, and the Texans, while they haven't been eminently more successful, I get quitting on that because you weren't born to it.
Right.
I got nowhere to go. I am what I am, and now I'm just cynical. Now I cheer for mistakes, but I'm still there.
Do you want me to get you a Bills shirt?
It won't work. I've tried. Trust me. I wish I could find another team. But any team that it would have to be an expansion team. I could not. Could not root for another team. It's in my DNA. I hate it. It's like I just said. I am a functioning alcoholic.
Let me ask you this. In a hypothetical world, another hurricane hits New Orleans, and this time they have to move, and they move to San Antonio. Would you become a San Antonio Saints fan?
See, I spent some time in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
And I had the opportunity to maybe root for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Orlando Magic and the Tampa Bay Rays. They were at my access. I could have readily gone to games. When I was there, all of the teams were moderately successful. And I just couldn't. I never felt at home. I was at somebody else's house. I was wearing somebody else's clothes. I couldn't. I'd put it on and look in the mirror like, that's not me. I can't wear.
But if they came here and the jersey said San Antonio on it,
it would be.
You couldn't change your loyalty?
No, I think you could. What I did discover is the repetition of the foundational knowledge of the team. When you start knowing, the moves and you start knowing the players, it does grow on you. But there's this basic, you're either family or you're not. You're either are or you aren't. And no matter how much you're not or you try to be, you never will be.
I want to know how many of you Cowboy fans, if given that opportunity, if an expansion team, or like I said, if a hurricane hits New Orleans tomorrow and their dome is just leveled to the ground and they say, you know what, we're moving the team, and they come to San Antonio and they say, we're permanent here, that we are the San Antonio Saints.
See, don't say the Saints, because I firmly believe that back
they'd be the San Antonio Santos.
Well, let me tell you, in 2005, when we hosted them and we actively tried to keep them, that we angered the sports gods.
We put a pox on our city?
To the extent that, because we were looting. We actually tried to loot the Saints. We tried to go in the middle of a national disaster and steal the franchise and bring it here. Yeah, and it was such negative karma that San Antonio sports fan is still paying for it today, and Cowboy fan might be dealing with a little bit of that too. Because you actively tried to steal somebody's most valuable possession at their worst moment. And we tried with everything we had to give them the middle finger as they were sitting in floodwaters up to their neck.
I want to know.
Yeah, we'll keep these guys. And we're paying for it.
If you could, Cowboy fan, if that was an option, if San Antonio got a team, would you quit being a Cowboys fan and cheer for the brand new San Antonio team?
Solely. I mean, give up your you're renouncing citizenship.
They're going to be division rivals now.
You can't, and not only that, you don't even have access to watch them. The Cowboy
they'll be off
fan,
TV.
You no longer broadcast here. Would you choose that?
That's what I want to know. Fandom? All right, we'll be back. It's Morning Huddle 94.1.
I'll tell you what I would choose right about now is Dr. Jacob Torres, because if you're feeling pretty bad about your life and your sporting life, the least you can do is lean on your health, man. Go take a good run, get a good lift on, get a good sweat. You'll feel a little bit better afterwards. Let me tell you, if you're overweight, you might be sweating, but for all the wrong reasons. One of the great things about Dr. Torres is he works with people like you that might not have ever considered that they needed to diet, and then they found themselves in a place where, man, a diet was either medically required or they just didn't like the way they looked. He works with us because he understands how we got here, but he also understands the medical side of weight loss. He brings to bear exactly what you need, the medical ideas, the unflinching truths about losing weight, but he brings the mental side along with it, and that's why I've been so successful. Man, I'm down 70 pounds, and I've been going to see the doc for about 6-7 years now, and the reason is he taught me a new way to live. He taught me how to eat and function in a way that helps me lose weight. It's not the easiest thing I've done. It's the best thing I've done, and I want that for you. If it's time to lose weight, if 2025 is going to be your healthiest year yet, you need to start now. The number you need is 210-468-1891. The website is iffhealth.com. Do yourself a favor. Go there. Answer the questions he asked, but make the call and talk to Dr. Torres and let him explain to you why he's been so successful with so many people like you. If it's time to change your life, take that step today and make the call. And before you know, you're going to come by and bring your skinny self by and say howdy and come by and thank me later.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
John says all you have to do is mention how awesome Dak is to see a stroke from Joe.
Uh-huh. Oh, John, he's a comedian, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Funny guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's right.
It is funny.
It's funny.
It is.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
If you're tired of drinking the same old beer, good news for you, friends. Karbach Brewing has you covered. They've got something for everybody in their lineup. No matter what you like, they can improve on what you've been drinking. Whether it's a Hopadillo, a Love Street, or a Crawford Bock, they've got something for everybody. And Karbach has one of the leading IPAs in San Antonio, Hopadillo IPA, an iconic Texas IPA packed with the bitterness of hops from around the world that the hop monster craves. And one of Karbach's leading brands, the top seller in San Antonio, in fact, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind. It's a Kolsch-style blonde, hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has the clean malt profile that you're looking for. And if you're used to drinking cerveza, they've got that as well. The Karbach Cerveza Especial is right for you. Like I said, something for everybody. And when you're in Houston, make sure you go check out the brewery, check out all the beers they have on tap. But while you're here in San Antonio, you want to try something new, why don't you try out a Karbach?
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Sicker than your average. That's Cowboy fan right now. Sicker than your average. Looks like all these Cowboy fans are like, no, for life.
See,
you guys are you're just.
We want to leave. No, we don't.
No,
we don't even want to leave.
No, they don't.
I like the stuff.
When Red McCombs was trying to get the Vikings here, would you have switched up?
No, that's why the Vikings didn't come here. He knew it. He realized it. I mean, everybody realizes it. We've got I mean, it's not top of the line, but over the years, the Alamo Dome has been a very respectable locale. It's an ideal place. We've been the leverage for I don't know how many teams over the years that have gotten them new stadiums and new deals because everybody knows, yeah, you come here and you'll sell some tickets, but for whatever reason, we have been addicted to the cowboy drug for so long, we don't even know what it's like to not be. We can't. Every now and then, there's a few that break free. There have been some that took the blue pill.
I want to break free.
And managed to escape. But most of us, we sit docilely watching the code fall and know that, well, there's always next year.
It's just, it sucks, man.
He'll bring us something new and shiny. We'll get a new fancy coach, and there'll be a big free agent signing to bring us back in, and hope springs eternal.
Man, I'm able to do this, which is probably unique because I'm not a very good sports fan. My emotions aren't tied to sports teams, and like if the team that I cheer for loses, it's very easy for me to just shrug my shoulders and go, all right. It doesn't affect my weekend. You know, if I lose money on it, that pisses me off. But like, I don't get emotional about it.
Well, and our problem down here is
I can disconnect.
Let me tell you, to be a Spurs fan is to be a member of a cult. To be a Cowboy fan is to be a member of a cult. To be an Aggie fan is to be a member of a cult.
Oh, I knew that one.
It's tough. I mean, to choose these teams, it is tough to judge. You are a fan if you're a fan of these three teams, and there's no getting out of it.
All right, hour number two coming up. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
During Dell Technologies Black Friday event, save on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Shop Dell.com/deals.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone. And trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road across from the quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process that's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up if your travels are taking you along 1604 westbound I-10 to 281, now a 30-minute commute. It's 20 minutes, 1604 northbound I-10 to 35. Road work continues, 35 northbound O'Connor to Judson Road. That's got the roadway reduced to one lane, and that's what's causing your delays from Thousand Oaks. On 281 southbound, 1604 to Wurzbach Parkway. No delays right now, about a 5-7-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight. The Frostbite Center will host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip is a little later, 8:30 on TNT. The Dallas Cowboys lost again, but the news is Mike McCarthy's home might have been sold. His $5.7 million mansion in Allen, Texas has a contract ending. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon available at HEB.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2 of the Little Bitty Baby Morning Huddle. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, I feel I see Jose says Cowboys misery brings great joy to AJ.
It brings great joy to many people.
It doesn't really bring all that much joy to me. It should.
Oh, it does.
In the past, it would have brought me more joy. Like I said, I think being acquainted with Coach McCarthy now makes me feel a little bit bad about it because I know that, like, you know, this dude's gonna lose his job.
Well, you know, you want to feel bad for him, but I always go back to there's a scene in The Godfather where at one point the Godfather Vito turns and goes, "This is the business we've chosen. You understand that you chose this life, and the life involves."
This is the business we've chosen.
And the life involves getting shot in the back of the head by your best friend. It involves public ridicule. It involves a boss that you cannot work for or with but will pay you through the nose. You know, it involves this. He knew exactly what he was getting into. I don't feel bad for him. He is a professional of the highest order. He's been through this before, and this is crumbling beneath his feet. And it has now gotten to the point where I think back in September and October, in early October, he felt like he could use all of his powers to rein it back in, to get everything in order. But now he realizes that no matter what he does, no matter the play call he offers, no matter the scheme he brings in, no matter the health of his players, it ain't going to fix it. This is done. It is foobarred beyond all recognition. It is done. It is cooked. Best player he had on the court last night, on the field last night, was Cavante Turpin. That's the best Dallas Cowboy last night.
Your kick returner.
Your kick returner, who you don't get to return a whole lot of kicks. You don't score enough to return. Your best player last night was Cavante Turpin.
And don't tell me you're innocent, because it only insults my intelligence and makes me very angry.
So this is the business he's chosen, man. Phil, keep in mind, he's got his $5.7 million house he just sold. He's going to be all right. He's going to be just fine. Now, his kids are going to suffer. It's going to be miserable. But this is the business he's chosen.
That's true. I mean, that's you're right. So I can't.
I know, but every coach, it's either going to happen or it's either already happened or about to happen, and that's getting fired. And we could say the same thing about a lot of businesses. You either are about to or you already have been fired. And it's miserable. And in the long pantheon of Dallas Cowboy coaches, I think Mike McCarthy is one of the more interesting characters that have passed through. But there'll be more to come. And it's just now it's how do you get the Cowboys through hospice? Yeah. Now it's about keeping the patient as comfortable as possible until we get through the end. I don't know.
Until we can humanely put them down.
Until, we get that last shot of morphine. How do we keep this patient comfortable and maybe even harvest a few organs? We might need to keep the heart healthy. So let's there's some things of this corpse we're going to hold on to, and now we just got to figure out who that's going to be. And with every passing day, AJ, I think that we're going to talk more and more about it. You were the first one to bring it up. We've talked about it more than once. There's no way Micah Parsons could be on this football team. We've come to the realization. Now, this is a conversation we're not ready to have because we got to still put Mike McCarthy under. We still got to take him out to the farm, take him to the train station for those that are starting to watch Yellowstone. And after he's gone to the train station, we got to have a hard conversation about our prized possession that is Micah Parsons.
Yeah, because listen, man, Micah Parsons isn't making you a playoff team right now.
How many times did you hear his name mentioned last night? Did you hear his name called?
0 sacks. They were like, "Oh, Parsons on a pressure again." No sacks though. And you know what? Maybe the worst part about last night is, if you're a Cowboy fan, the Texans aren't that good.
No, and we provided him the biggest road win in the history. Joe Mixon. The only thing that's good about Joe Mixon could have run for 400 yards last night.
As I was watching that team, I was like, this team is not like the class of the AFC. I still think is Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. I think those three are the teams to beat. But I don't know that the Texans are much better than the Steelers. I don't know that the Texans are much better than the Chargers. They're okay.
Exactly them.
They're a fringe playoff team. Yeah. If they didn't play in the crummy division that they play in, they'd be fighting for a playoff. And in fact, they don't have a lot of separation over the Colts right now in their division.
I'm not going to go that far. They're a little banged up, but that's a good football team. But beyond their abilities, the
team they lost to last night isn't that good of a team.
You're a moderate golfer. You're a golfer. See, I'm trying to find the analogy. Whenever I go play, I'm a terrible golfer, and I'm left-handed. So whenever I go play with a good golfer, I screw their game up. I'm so bad that I throw off their rhythm while they're shooting 3 on the green. I'm 100 yards behind them in the woods looking for a ball. Their whole round is just disjointed. Then they watch my weird-ass putt and stroke on the left side, and they're like, ugh. And then they go up, and then they're suddenly sculling everything because I rub off on them. I think the Cowboys kind of rub off on the teams they play. They're so inept that you can get away with being inept and still beat them. And I think that you know how you play a bad game against bad teams? We force teams to play bad just because we're god-awful. We're out of sync. How many times we have too many men on the field? How many pre-snap penalties? All those things that throw off the rhythm of good teams. Well, we do that.
The Falcons game, the Niners game, and the Ravens game the final score was much closer than the game itself.
Yeah, we make teams look like, they can do enough to beat us.
Those teams beat the hell out of the Cowboys, and the final score makes it go, oh, it was a close game.
Because they get loose. Because they start playing stupid because they know no matter what, we're going to beat these clowns. I mean, we don't have to be all that tight because they're going to turn the ball over. They're going to pull points off the board. They're going to pull some kind of fake punt crap. They're going to do something to make sure that we win the game so we don't have to try that hard. So we make teams playing us look worse than they really are.
Yeah.
By the score. They only barely beat us. No, they took you off your pants off and embarrassed you in public, and they let you put them back on in the fourth quarter. But you were already humiliated.
Brad says, talking about how bad the team is that embarrassed yours, but doing everything you can not to say how bad the Cowboys are, LOL. Brad, have you missed the show? The Cowboys are the worst team in the NFL.
That's what we've been talking about.
There's not one thing the Cowboys do well.
The Cowboys right now are that little nugget that is stuck to your dog's tail, and they're scooting around trying to wipe it off on the carpet, but it won't go away. It's just stuck there. They're that.
You got to cut the hair.
They're the tail nugget is what they are.
Yeah, we have some McCarthy sound. I wonder, does he have any justification?
Doing everything we can not to say how bad the Cowboys are the worst team in football right now. So yeah, we're not avoiding the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is painfully obvious. It's sitting on your face, obvious. They are dog doo-doo. Yep. Even Aubrey missed a field goal. Your best player messed up last night.
See him slip?
God!
He slipped, and I think the sun was in his eyes again.
You got one guy you can
Monday
count
night?
on.
Speaking of, why? I'm all for you. Got a roof that you can open up. I'm all about it. Did Jerry think that was just like going to change the fortunes by opening the roof for the first time in 2 years?
A piece did fall from the ceiling.
That's what happened.
yesterday.
It broke.
It broke.
Why? I don't know.
That's so fitting.
It's everything. It is
fitting.
literally everything the Cowboys try to do. Like, no, let's maybe we can change our luck. We'll open the roof, and this way God can finally watch us again.
Oh, God.
And God threw a piece of rubble through the hole. You don't open this, man. I got trying to watch basketball.
You looked up and God, like, all you see is God just urinating
Just
on
like,
your face.
oh, close the roof. Close the roof. Hurry up.
Close it.
And then Brandon Aubrey slips on your turf. I mean, now your building's letting you down. Last week, the building.
Not only that, so this is what your two best players did last night.
Cavante Turpin.
Your kicker missed a field goal, and you took the ball out of your punter's hands. Like your punter's great, and you're like, let's fake it.
I think we should create a drop. All we want to do is finish drives with kicks.
And you've got a chance to.
When he said
two
that,
times he had a chance to last night, and he decided not to.
When this was last Friday, when he said that, we go to break, and I turned to AJ. Did you hear what he said? That his highest aspiration was to just finish a drive with a punt. I just hope that we can go 3 and out without turning it over.
No touchdown, nothing.
He is the one that went for the not 72 hours after his highest aspiration was. We just want to not turn the ball over and just play defense and live for another day. And your first opportunity, you didn't punt. The first time you had and then in the same game, and then after you faked the punt, you did kick. You did finish a drive with a kick, and it happened to be the kind with points. And
we'll pass.
Let's pull this off.
Oh my God! It's what a clown show. What a clown show.
But I'm a fan, baby. I'll be back.
I can't even imagine being a fan. I can't imagine how you guys feel right now.
I just want to finish the drive with a kick. I don't care which kind.
I mean,
no, not that kind.
Do you even do you look forward to game day?
Yeah, I still wake up on Sundays, as does Vic, and put on my Cowboy shirt of the day. The one I think is the luckiest, because the one I wore last week, that was bad luck.
How many you got? You're running out of them.
I keep buying new lucky ones. I got to get another lucky shirt because the other 25 ones aren't lucky.
Do you still wake up excited on game day, Vic?
Yeah, for about a minute or so,
but
and then
you wake
realize
up on
who are we
Sunday,
playing?
Monday.
Were you in bed by halftime yesterday?
By kickoff.
Oh, see, see, Vic,
no, but I was tired. I was tired already.
I was tired.
Yeah,
you didn't care.
But
you didn't care.
80% of us Cowboy fans
woke
up yesterday and thought, game day. All right. I know where I need to be at 7 o'clock. It's Cowboy game. Hope springs eternal. Where's my lucky shirt, lucky meal, whatever it might be. Find the hat.
Yeah.
Everybody shut up. It's kickoff.
Right.
15 minutes later. Is anything else on?
Is there? I was
Anything
asleep.
else? This is miserable. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm here. Oh, good. We get to punt. Wait. Oh. Fake. Now it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
I'd run Rico Dowdle to the right again.
Jose says, so the Giants are better than the Cowboys at this point? Because I don't think so.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Remember, the Cowboys beat the Giants by 5 points when they had Dak Prescott.
With Dak.
Yeah, with Dak.
With Dak.
Well, now we got a guy named Mingo.
Johnny Mingo.
Johnny Mingo's in town.
Johnny Mingo, you look like someone stepped on your grave.
Johnny Mingo once shot a man for snoring too loud.
That's right. Oh man, yeah. This is hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's not. It's a little bit sad, but it's also kind of
funny. What did the
funny.
Marine Corps brothers say? Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck, man. Hold on tight and go for the ride. Embrace it. Hold on to it.
That's why I fell asleep before kickoff. I just embraced it.
We're gonna play a little bit of audio. When we come back, we'll hear a little from the coach. We'll hear from Coop. We'll hear from CD. We'll try and break down what's going on with this thing. But we're reaching new lows every week. There's a new low, and now you are an 11-point underdog to the Washington Commanders.
To your former defensive coordinator.
The Commanders. The Commanders were picked dead ass last in the division, weren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, I'm going to need to get another lucky shirt.
It's bad.
I'm going to need to get another lucky jersey.
I've got a shirt
number
with
81, Jonathan Mingo.
I've got my my Josh Allen shirt with him riding on a buffalo. I'm going to bring you that shirt. That'll make you
I wouldn't want to do that to your Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't want to ruin them too.
It'll make you enjoy Sundays. Make Sunday great again.
No, it's you're not sinning the best.
Mizga. Make Sundays great again.
Well, I'll cheer when Deion's the head coach. That'll give me a whole other reason.
He won't coach. He won't go.
He ain't going to be the coach.
Nah.
And if he is, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be an abject failure.
Well,
yeah, because there's got to be a big carrot to get him there.
You know, if the final choices are either Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders, there could be no two more opposite choices. I mean, it'll be one or the other. I guess Vrabel would fall in the middle there, right?
Yeah, and you know what? The only difference between
or Aikman,
Belichick, or
maybe Romo will come out of
Jay
retirement.
Novacek. Just pick a random guy, random cowboy.
It couldn't get worse.
Yeah.
We'd get 11 people on the field. I can tell you that.
Daryl Johnston. I'm sure.
Daryl's been, on
He's-
the fringes.
he's-
He wants to be a personnel guy. He's been doing that. So he's been some OJT. He was personnel guy here with the Commanders. He's doing some personnel work, GMing with.
Didn't he have multiple concussions?
Daryl?
Yeah.
Well,
they all
yeah,
did.
but everybody that played back
Everybody
in the 80s did.
Put him in charge.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
Could do better.
You think McCarthy wasn't concussed before you? That's a prereq.
Like, honestly, like if you maybe even a lobotomized head coach would be the way to go. Just find one who's like,
well,
pick up the drool and don't
yeah,
let it go
I
that
keep saying,
way.
if you're not lobotomized or concussed when you get here, after 3 years with Jerry, you feel like you were.
what if the Cowboys got a lucky raccoon, and you held up a play sheet, and wherever the raccoon put his paw, that's the play you call?
That was when we had Chan Gailey.
I think that would be better than what's happening now. That would be better.
If you could just blame the play calling. If there was just one thing you could say, that's the problem.
That's the thing.
It's that.
The players suck. That's kind of the hard reality. Is this isn't like Mike McCarthy's going to get fired? This isn't a Mike McCarthy issue.
It's not a scheme thing.
The players suck, and that ain't changing. The players are going to suck next year, Bubba.
I do think there is a scheme issue, and I do think it's entirely of their own making. This was something that was imminently fixable. That's why this is such a joke, because even the most novice football fan, even the most basic football guy in this earth in July looked at this team and said, this is going to be a problem. Your defensive line is going to be awful. Your offensive line is youthful at best, and I don't even know what you're talking about at running back. That's what we knew coming into it. And guess what? Even the most novel football guy was right. I mean, just basic wrong.
Dave Campo for head coach. Wayne Fonts for head coach. That's some Brigade Bar suggestions.
Since we've had the Dave Campo experience.
Chucky.
John Gruden.
Well, John's back in the world again. He's paid his price.
He's a
Barstool
clear
guy.
Yeah,
he's working for
clear.
Portnoy, so
He's cleared.
He's been cleared for public consumption yet again. And you know what? Crazier things have happened. I mean, John Gruden could talk himself into a Cowboy head coaching job, no problem.
Just get a VPN and keep your email a secret, because
Dude,
don't do that.
No more.
maybe don't call the players the N-word.
Yeah, you're not allowed to ever. That's not. Well. We can't bring up too much of this.
Unless the Cowboys are going to go with like the
Sorry.
Utah Jazz method and just have an all-white team. I don't know that Gruden's going to be accepted in the locker room.
Gruden would be in a proper choice.
Yeah,
But
I think
he
it
is
might not work out.
That was you brought up all the stuff. Oh yeah, there was that. There was a hard copy of the N-word.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to baptize that one.
All right, we'll be back. We'll hear some sound on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Carbach Brewing. Rob came over to the place on Saturday for the fights, and
some Houston Astro Carbach.
Oh, we had some Crawford Bach,
Man, that's
baby.
good
We
beer.
we put it down, and boy, is it perfect for any occasion. You having a big shindig? Crawford Bach's an easy drinking, and it's Rob's not like a craft beer guy. Rob's a normal, he likes to, what my dad would call regular beer is what Rob likes to drink. But this isn't like some overwhelming in your face, this is going to, be the end of the world. Where you're going to make a crazy face. It's just good quality. It's beer, tastes like beer. It's just better quality than what you're used to drinking. And I got to tell you, it is around. And you're probably thinking, it's hard to find. No, most of the bars you go to, most of the restaurants you go to, they have a Karbach handle, or they've got the cans in their fridge. So whenever you're out and about this week, next time you go out for a meal, you go out for a couple beers with the boys, ask your bartender to pretty please make it a Karbach.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Skip the Black Friday madness this year with Diamonds Direct. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Let's go! ABC Wednesday, country music's biggest night, the CMA Awards.
Let's party, Nashville!
Kicks off with this year's must-see collaboration, Post Malone featuring Chris Stapleton live. With electrifying performances by Lainey Wilson, Shabuzi, Ashley McBride, Luke Bryan, plus Thomas Rhett and Teddy Swims. Woo! Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning, and Lainey Wilson host the CMA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners, or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Joe says, AJ campaigning to convert Cowboys fans to Bills fans is hilarious. Buffalo lost in every Super Bowl they've been in. Still looking for their first chip and can't get past their daddy Mahomes.
See what you've done.
You're right, Joe. You're in a way better position than Bills fan right
AJ,
now.
I'm just going to warn you. See, what you're now about to do is poke a very wounded and dangerous old bear.
I don't care.
I'm just saying, not that the bear could catch you, because the bear doesn't have any teeth.
No.
But the bear gets mad.
Yeah.
And as a Cowboy fan, don't kick me in the nuts while I'm laying on the ground. Don't kick me in the nuts after I've been punched in the head. You know, I'm already on the ground, man. Don't kick me in the nuts. And that's where Cowboy fan is going to get. Like, all right. Then you start swinging. Well, you know what? Guess what? We are the biggest franchise in the world. You might not like us, but you're going to watch us just like I am. So join me in my misery. If you have gotten to the point where you cheer for my loss more than you choose your win, welcome to the party. Come on and sit with us. That's Cowboy fandom.
Yep, enjoy it. If you're still wearing your 1994 Super Bowl shirt, good for you, bro.
But at the same time, don't sit and not do nothing but talk about us. Go talk about your own team. Don't pay attention to us. You'd rather see us suffer than you enjoy.
No, that's not true.
Oh, I think there's a lot of Cowboy haters that would much rather see the Cowboys lose than their favorite team win, because it gives them something to kick around. And back me up, Brigade Bar.
I will say
this. They
this.
would much rather see you lose than their team win.
I will say this: when you talk about we're the biggest brand in the world, well, yeah, that means when you fail big, Bubba.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If Amazon filed for bankruptcy today, it'd be the biggest story on earth because
yes,
you know what I mean.
But Amazon got big by the haters too. The ones that I hate Amazon, but damn, they're right here and it's awfully convenient. So it's easy to badmouth Cowboys as a whole, but as a fan, you're like, yeah, why are you yelling at us? Go cheer for your Bengals. Go cheer for your sorry ass Raiders. Go cheer for them because at the very least, I can sit down in my recliner and look at my rings. Y'all can't. And they might be old.
They
might
dusty
be
as hell.
dusty as hell, but they're still rings. And at least I got that and the fact that no matter what, you're going to be talking about us. No matter what, you're going to be talking about us, whether I'm in the room or not. So it sucks being a Cowboy fan, but come on, get on bandwagon. There's always hope next year.
There's not hope next year, though.
It's going to happen. CD's going to get better, and Troy's going to get stronger and make and coach the team. And this is going to get good. Deion's going to be offensive coordinator, and he's going to bring his son and all of his best friends, and they're going to come down here, and it's going to get get man.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get better.
And wait till you see the concessions.
Woo! I don't think it's going to be better. I really don't.
Did you know the roof comes open? We're going to play with our roof open next year. That changes everything.
I've heard that. That is groundbreaking.
I'm just saying, man. It just sucks. And it's only going to get worse. You think it's bad now? Wait till New York comes into town and beats you. Beats us.
God Garza says, "I don't have a team. My team is every team that plays the Cowboys."
See.
Yeah. And AJ Funny brought up 94 Bills, lost the 94 Super Bowl too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I guess the Cowboys have won one since then. What, 96 they won? Was that the Steelers Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
you want to talk about those games because they were great.
Yeah, if you're swinging around your crumb over something that happened 30 years ago, dude, I don't know what to tell you. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won 2 Super Bowls since the Cowboys have. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, the last time we won a war as a country was back then, too. We're still bragging about that. I'm just saying.
And that's the other thing, man. And E. Huey says this: one factor holding the Cowboys back, and it ain't going to change. That's kind of the thing.
It's Jerry. Jerry is the creek that turns into the Grand Canyon. No matter how resolute you are when you get here, and McCarthy had plans, baby. And guess what? Jason Garrett had plans, and Wade Phillip had plans, and before you know it, you have been eroded, you've been worn down, you've been inexplicably changed by Jerry and the money and the current and the circus. You just are a different person. So yeah, man, I'm all in on the next guy. He's got big plans,
Man, it sucks that if you really feel that way, I feel bad for you.
It's true. Think about it. Who is the most resolute, hardcore coach of the 90s and 2000s? It was Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells, sure.
And by the time Parcells left the Cowboys, he was a shell of himself. He wasn't even close to the dude that walked in like, I'm buying the groceries. Shoot. By the time he was done, he limped out of here because Jerry just demolished him, just wore him down. And every coach before and after, unless you got fired quick, were forever changed. Either you were indoctrinated into the cult, like you become like Jason Garrett, who still worships Jerry, or you become outside the circle and you just take pot shots on the outside. And that's going to be McCarthy. He's going to get out from underneath this veil and go, wow, I don't know how I became what I became, but I did.
Yeah.
4 years into it.
And you know what, man? You're right about there's the one thing that's not going to change. And I wonder once it does eventually change, how much will it change? Like when Jerry's gone, how long will it take for things to really feel different? Do the Raiders feel different now?
Well, then why? Why? The same owner. Here's the difference. You want to look at what can happen when an awful owner leaves? Look at the Commanders. Look at Washington. Snyder was a pox, a cancer, not only on his team, but on the NFL and on the American public in general. This guy is a genuine bad guy.
Yeah.
And just about everything he's done. He is gone. Guess what? For 2 years, the Commanders are going to roll into
they're going to be a playoff team.
And be a playoff team just because they got rid of the cancer that just infects your entire organization. That you cut the head off.
But what if Dan Snyder's son had taken over?
Well, then that's the night, right? So here, a Cowboy fan, here we sit because nothing will change. And guess what? The son is the heir apparent.
You need Jerry Jones to be in a real scandal, like a Vince McMahon WWE scandal.
Or like a Tepper problem. Not Tepper, the other Carolina owner, the Kramer. The guy that was snapping girls into their seatbelts and doing, rubbing their feet.
We gotta get rid of this
something like
guy.
that. No, Jerry's already gone through that. Those tapes have been burned.
That's true.
He survived that already.
Got fun babies, everything else.
Yeah.
You can't kill him.
Teflon, baby. Just go to your boat. Go to your boat, and maybe Steven will be a hands-off owner.
You can't kill him. I don't think he's going to be hands-off.
Are you kidding me? See, the thing about the difference is Jerry is I learned this game. I got here. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm an oil man that learned football. Steven believes he's a football guy because he's born into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing this since he was in high school, since he was in college. He's been part of this. So he is under the delusion that he truly is a football guy.
Well, Jerry thinks he's a football guy too. They all do.
Well, Steven will go, I was born to it. I was here when I was running around when Tom Landry was here. You're no more of a football guy than Jerry is. He's not. He's a money guy who dabbles at football.
Yeah, everybody says, "Oh, when Jerry's gone, I'll be back as a fan." It's all going to be the same, man. It's just going to be a horse of a different color, as they say.
And if you left the Cowboys because of Jerry, you've been gone so long you don't even know what the Cowboys are anymore.
Raymond says, speaking of Commanders, Cliff Kingsbury, next Cowboys coach.
I'd like to see him calling some plays. I'll give you that. But the problem with Cliff.
They figure him out about halfway through.
The worst case scenario, and I love Cliff Kingsbury, but Cliff likes the life a professional athlete gets. Cliff likes the money. Cliff likes the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff likes everything that ruins you as a cowboy. You get to Dallas, and if you like the women a little bit, you turn into Michael Irvin walking around with a mink coat. If you like drugs a little bit, you turn into Two and I dead in a car outside of his house.
Yeah.
If you like the sins just a little bit, if you're kind of into the vice, do not come to Dallas because it will all be very readily available to you. That would be a terrible decision.
All right, audio on the other side. I'm going to tell you about Game Day Men's Health. And, guys, between us, you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little bit different. You start to be a little more run down. You're tired all the time. Energy's low. Maybe your libido isn't what it used to be. Game Day Men's Health, they're here to help you out, Bubba. And they do it in such an easy way. It's all in one visit. You go in. You get yourself you get yourself a blood test. They look at your results immediately. You sit down with somebody. They give you your options, and they do the procedure right there on the spot. I was in and out in an hour, and sleeping better, feeling better. And guys, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, a kick in your libido. Don't settle, guys. They're at 250 East Bassey Road, right there outside the quarry. Be the best version of yourself. Give them a call, 210-900-3691. They're going to make you feel right at home. 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better. It's game day.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots as you head into your early morning commute. 1604 eastbound 35, that's an accident. And I-10 westbound Ackerman, 2 left lanes blocked. Stop and go from Foster Road, east side of town. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to get through. On Highway 90, eastbound 211 to 1604, that is a 17-minute ride. And 35 southbound FM 1103 on down to FM 3009, 6-8 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs, all for immediate delivery. Hot tub swim spas and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has over 19 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. Black Friday starts now. Trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Hurry into Verizon this Black Friday. Service plan required for Watch and Tab. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys and the Texans in a Monday night battle. We've got reaction from both sides.
Indy Kalu will join us at 3:35 to talk Texans.
And Shireen Williams will join us at 5:15 to talk Cowboys.
Plus Spurs play tonight. Will Wemby will have the latest on The Blitz.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
See, the other thing is when you're still talking about rings that you got in 1996 as like making you feel better about what your current situation is.
I don't think it makes you feel better.
Well, I mean, then that's what he's like, we got rings.
And that is, in fact, a true statement.
It is. But you know what? In 1996, the stock price of Blockbuster was $17 a share.
What's Blockbuster?
Exactly. Like, you're talking about dinosaur stuff at this point.
Well, you say that because you don't have the rings. That's the retort. Yeah, you can say that all you want. It's our rings. You can say whatever the hell you want. I'm going to sit back and look at our 5 rings. I'm going to just look back and enjoy what was because I can't cheer for today, but at least I got
like,
something.
Can Jets fan be...
If they want to hold on to 69,
that's crazy.
Namath, more
that's
power
crazy
to
me.
Was that Super Bowl 2?
Yeah,
3. Super Bowl 3.
I'm sure there's a Jet fan out there that still says, well, you know, there was then.
That's wild. That's wild, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't even
a single-digit Super Bowl at that. You know.
Yeah, like I think. I mean, I think back fondly on those Bills team. In fact, like much more fondly now in hindsight than I did at the time. The ones that were losing Super Bowls, but had they won one of those Super Bowls, I don't think I would be talking about that ring now.
Well, you don't know. I bet you would. Knowing that mafia, they would be, and everybody else does too. I mean,
I guess
that's just how you exist as a sports fan when your current franchise sucks balls, and we're talking about 20 years of. But I still remember the last one. I still remember killing Pittsburgh. I remember the Buffalo games.
But like
it was yesterday.
So up until James Harden showed up, I was a Rockets fan. Like I grew up a Rockets fan. And James Harden made me break up with the Rockets, which that tells you my mindset as a fan. I can quickly, like if I don't like what you're doing, I'll just, you can be dead to me in a hurry. And the Rockets became dead to me. But even when they weren't dead to me, I never talked about 1995. Like I never threw that in somebody's. That would be crazy to throw that in somebody's face. Like,
but you've never walked in my shoes. You've never been a Cowboy fan. I mean, yeah. I get it. I get what you're saying. What you're saying sounds sane.
Yeah.
But then again, I own 15 Dallas Cowboy jerseys and polos. So what you're saying sounds sane to normal people.
And
I'm like a dog that you said something in German. I just turned my head. It doesn't register. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you own 2,000. You have 2,000 shares of Blockbuster stock.
I have 5 Super Bowl rings. My retort will always be, I don't know what you're talking about. I have 5. What?
Yes.
I have rings.
You have 5 shares of Blockbuster stock is what you have.
And you got nothing.
And by the way, we're getting to the point now where, like, if you weren't, like, of the age, like, if you didn't have a driver's license when they won the Super Bowl, you can't talk about that ring.
Well, you know, yes, but the Cowboys aren't alone in this.
Oh, the Steelers do it too.
Steelers do it. The Bears hang around on 85. They're still living on 85.
Yeah, you can't do that.
The Cowboys aren't alone in this, but it's those long-term ancient franchises that have been here since the dinosaurs. You got to hold on to the last thing you had, whenever that was.
Houston fans will always bring up Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson in the finals after David won the MVP. Well, that's because that was an
ass whipping.
That was
but that was not a fair fight.
That was a wrongfully given MVP.
Yeah,
is all it was.
Well, I mean, David, by the numbers, did earn it. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, but who was better? It was fairly obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not going to take away David's MVP. He did earn it numerically. And it was the IBM award. Of course it was going to be. It was kind of a numeric thing. But
yeah,
I will say this. As a Cowboy fan, and I mean this with all due disrespect, stop talking about us and go win your own Super Bowl. Texans, stop talking about us. Go win a Super Bowl and let us complain about you. Buffalo,
but you know what?
Go win a Super Bowl. All you other teams that just talk about, that's fine. But shut up and go win your own before you start dogging us. And we got our own problems.
Adolfo says AJ's the guy that brings up his high school sports exploits on every get-together. That's Cowboy fan.
Yes, that's Cowboy
That's
fan.
not me. That's you, bro.
Yeah.
That's what Cowboy fan is doing. Bringing up the glory days.
Back in the day, yeah, because that's all we got.
You're Uncle Rico.
And see, we can still look back.
I can throw pigskin a quarter mile.
But Buffalo, but see, the thing is, And I'm being real here. Buffalo fan, all you other fans, you don't have anything to look back on. Texans fan,
You don't.
You don't
You're
have any
right.
glory days. At least we have that, and that's all we got.
But see, and that's like, I could care less about the Texans. I'd so much rather be a Texans fan right now than a Cowboys fan. I don't care about your old dusty-ass rings. The Texans are in a place where it feels like
They can do something.
something could happen soon.
Does Saint fans still hang on that one Super Bowl?
Probably. I mean,
think
but
they
there's
do,
still
but
a sad sack franchise.
I think
like
Saint fan will jumped off that bandwagon real quick. You know, so I don't.
Hell yeah!
I'm trying to think of your sole Super Bowl winners, the one and doneers. Are they still looking back?
Like, well, I was
Because
gonna
there's
say,
not very many of them recently.
there's not anymore. Because the Ravens won the second one.
Yeah, you can normally hold on to it, but Raven fan's a good example. Raven fan's still a Raven fan. They've only got one.
No, they got two now.
Well, they got the second one. Different coaches. They don't count. They can look back on it. They got two. No matter what happens, they got 2 rings.
Yeah, I mean, until Tom Brady came around, Bucks fan was still beating their chest about that one
Well,
ring.
you know, Bucks fan is another unique one. Because I think Bucks fan disappeared just about as fast as that winning record did.
Yeah.
I don't think they hung around for much.
Dude, my buddy Matt is from Tampa, and he's like, yeah,
I don't think that really held on much.
There's no Bucks fans.
So
the Colts, they were a one and done.
Yeah, the Colts is a great example. I wonder if Colt fans still looks back fondly.
I think they probably do because they had arguably the greatest quarterback who ever lived, and
all
he
those
won a
guys
ring for him.
Are
Yeah.
now going into the Hall of Fame, as we've seen Wayne and Marvin. All that. Yeah, I guess they've got something to hang on to. But it's those that, you know, when you got nothing, look in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But it's all the other teams that don't even look in the rearview mirror that anger those that do.
Because if Colts fans didn't have that, they'd still be talking about Johnny Unitas.
Yes, they
God.
would be. Let me tell you, they would be.
Kill me if I'm ever talking about Johnny Unitas. Like, if I'm talking about a quarterback that played for my franchise 40 years ago.
Dude,
like,
I'm an Aggie. I still talk about Bucky Richardson, and we didn't win crap with him.
God.
I'm still talking about Bucky.
Was I born when he played?
Probably not.
Oh, man.
So, hey, you want to...
But, so... Bruce says you can't tell a fan to forget the way he felt when his team won a Super Bowl. There's no forgetting.
That's
okay, and you're right. And as an Astro fan, when they won their first one, I was like, oh man, what a cool feeling. But you know what? If in 20 years the Astros are a laughing stock, that one ring isn't going to make me feel better. It's not going to keep me warm at night.
You hearing me, Rangers fans, as we get further and further away from last year?
Oh God,
because that's about all you're ever going to get.
That was the most one and done ring
that was
ever.
It.
Yeah.
So in 20 years, we're going to have some Rangers fans saying, but in 2023.
Remember that time?
Remember that time. In 23, nobody could hold a candle to us. Diamondbacks, dead to us.
We showed them.
We showed those. The Diamondbacks are the modern-day Buffalo Bills. That's them. There we go.
Yeah. Is the the
Bills
Diamondbacks
at least came back. Yeah.
Diamondbacks won they won a World Series, remember?
They actually have one.
Yeah.
They don't even have
They won the 9/11 World Series.
But the Rangers, that's all they're going to ever get. That was it.
Man. Yeah. Listen, hey, fans are going to fan, but this is a tough time to be a fan for sure. And when your team is a walking laughing stock talking about rings that no one on this team had anything to do with, like that doesn't fix what ails you,
or
Bubba.
we're even alive.
It's not going to fix what ails this team. It's just not. And Coog says 10 years isn't a long time. It's not. 30 is a long time. 30 is a long time.
Well, the older I get, it doesn't seem that way. The older I get, 30 years, that's just a drop in the bucket.
A Rangers fan, you can't take that ring away from. Yeah, you're right. You can't take it away. You'll always have it. But if that's what's keeping you warm in 30 years, when your team is 59 and 103, and you be, yeah, but we won that one in 2023.
I'm still doing it, man. Oh,
God.
96 was a good year, baby.
I'd rather just not watch sports. I really would. I don't want to watch sports if that's my life as a sports fan.
Remember in 2014
Miserable.
when Romo fumbled the ball? Man, that was a good time.
I mean, the fact where people would I heard it, Vic said it today. Dez caught it. You're still talking about that? Oh my God!
Well, that was the biggest travesty in the history
Kill
of
me.
sports.
Because he called
It was the biggest travesty of all time, and don't let anybody dissuade you from the fact.
He caught it. That's
okay.
And to this day, they can't tell me why he didn't. They've
Wow.
changed the rule 3 times. See, I'm bringing that up again. See, I felt rat poison, I tell you. Rat poison.
We can't help it.
Vikings will still talk about the pass interference that they didn't call against the Saints, and that like.
Oh, see, when you bring up the Vikings, all I can think of is Drew Pearson catching the ball on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right before Thanksgiving, or right after Thanksgiving, or Christmas.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
And I sleep quite well, dreaming of what was.
Claymore,
we won the Super Bowl.
Claymore says you don't know if they won't win it again. Yeah, I do, Claymore. The Rangers, that was a...
No, the Rangers ain't going to do it again. Sorry.
To follow it up with being like one of the worst teams in the league the year after, yeah, they ain't winning it. No, I'm not salty about them winning it. Congrats to them for winning it.
Yeah, man.
But that was the most fool's gold in the history of time. And you know what? You're never in 10 years. No one will remember that was a BS team. They won't, but it was. So
yeah,
congrats, man.
Yeah, man, you worked it out.
And Mark says that Saints one was way worse than not a catch. I mean, what? Because he cut his head off with a chainsaw when he was going to catch the football? There's no penalty.
It was not worse.
Oh, I have so much sound to play,
it.
and we can't get away from this. We can't.
Well, you know what I love about our sound that we have, and there is a lot. Yeah. The way that it's framed around the different questions. You don't even have to know what the outcome of the game was by the way the questions. If you just opened this up and go, I wonder if the Cowboys won last night. Cut one. Would have liked to have been more balanced on offense.
Oh. Dude.
Cut two.
After every
decision to go for it on fourth down.
Think about after every time we talk to Coach McCarthy after a loss, what's he talk about?
Balance.
We just were never.
We were always out of balance.
We were out of balance. We just never had a chance to get our run game going.
Cut four. On feint punt call. Cut 5. Wish he had played Trey Lance more. Did you think that you would wake up and ever say that?
No.
I wish I'd have played Trey Lance a whole lot more.
How about cut 10?
Keeping the morale of the team with a losing streak.
How about
magicians coming in on Thursday?
How about cut 12? Still believe in the people in the locker room to turn around the season.
What?
Cut 13. Oh, we're gonna have to play cut 13. Team deserves the opportunity to win.
Remember, they're a winning organization. They're a Super Bowl championship team. They just haven't done it yet.
Oh my God.
No.
All right, we'll dig into this stuff in the 8 o'clock hour. I know I've been promising it. We'll get to it. It's all laid out for us now. Jeez. 5 straight losses is frustrating. Yeah, you think?
Oh, here's the best one. Receivers can do a better job of complimenting the running backs. That's CeeDee Lamb.
What?
Oh
yeah.
That's called taking responsibility.
We need to compliment them. You mean like, hey, you're looking good today?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Is that a new shirt?
CD message to team as a leader. Oof. CD a leader of this team, or is he just one of the best players? There's a difference.
There's a huge difference. I think he's a leader on the team. I do.
Okay.
I think his voice matters.
Well, that ain't good for Cooper Rush because his voice is saying a lot of bad words to Cooper
he
Rush.
Called him an unfortunate word last night.
A word that could get you canceled.
That's one of those things you're not allowed to say unless
we don't say that word
unless it's in jest or you're talking about a cigarette
in
Britain.
In Britain, yeah,
can't say that stuff.
No, yeah. And is Cooper Rush married?
I would like to think that he has a solid family life.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
I'm only asking.
He is.
I'm only asking because like I don't know if there's something if that accusation is founded in some way.
Well, I don't
or it
know.
was just an insult at the moment, like a heat of the moment insult.
I think it was one of those heats of the moment. And if he is, more power to him.
But yeah, I'm not here to judge him.
But I don't think that's what he was in reference to.
Okay. He was upset. He was upset about football.
It was about activities inside of the field, and that would be it. But he was a stupid thing.
Dude, imagine one of the leaders, the quote unquote leaders on your
calling
team,
out your quarterback,
calling your quarterback that.
Well, everybody on the sideline went, "Yeah, well, the leader's right. He's right."
Oh my God!
And the sad thing about even Cooper Rush is losing money with every pass.
And I'll be honest, if CD is a leader, he ain't a very good one. Like, the way he looks on the sideline when things are going wrong, like, That ain't a good look for a leader. That ain't a bring the team together kind of guy.
He could barely control his anger at Dak, who he had to control it for. Now Cooper Rush is like getting mad at your step little brother. I'll beat the fool out of you as soon as my parents walk out of here.
CD hates it here. He hates it. He's already he's like, man, I could have got this money anywhere.
I could have been in Carolina.
All right, we'll be back. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch-rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. During Dell Technologies Black Friday event, save on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Shop Dell.com/deals.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles. Like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble fir, with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the Flock Starry Light Fraser fir, with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Ooh. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400, that's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a MyLowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a new trouble spot on Highway 90 westbound. General McMullen, an accident right lane has you stop and go from Couples. On 35 northbound at Highway 90, this accident off to the shoulder. Gore lane blocked as well. And a stall at 90 westbound 36th Street, still taking up a right lane. That crash we had 1604 eastbound 35 just cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight. The Frostbank Center will host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip is a little later, 8:30 on TNT. The Dallas Cowboys lost again, but the news is Mike McCarthy's home might have been sold. His $5.7 million mansion in Allen, Texas has a contract ending. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, hour number 3 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. A little bit later in the program, we'll take a look at the Spurs, who are back in action, back in Emirates Cup action tonight. A big
It means we got fancy
huge,
court, fancy
massive
uniforms.
game. That's right. Scheduled for tonight. In the Emirates Cup, it just means more.
That's why we're going to put on the pink,
just
the
means
jersey
more.
with the pink numbers.
That's right.
We're going to put on that fancy that winning time pink
Just
jersey.
means more.
Is that the tag? I hope it is.
No,
Just
that's
means
the
more.
SEC tag.
Oh shoot!
It always makes me laugh.
The
Every time I
Emirates
talk
Cup
about the SEC, I'm like,
just means
the
more.
SEC, because it just means more.
Whatever the hell that means.
Well,
It means more money. I can tell you that.
It means more.
It means more in the tournament. It means more money.
Just more. Whatever it is, it's more. All right. I promised you some sound from after the game, and first I want to hear from Cooper Rush.
There's so many nuggets in here.
We'll hear from Cooper first. This is a trick question that they asked him. And here's how I know it's a trick. They asked him, what do you have to do better offensively? And the soundbite is 20 seconds long. So either this is an incomplete soundbite or he just left a whole lot of things out. But here's what he said about the offense.
Yeah, we just got to get the ball in the end zone. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Had a couple chances, couple momentum there in the second half especially, that we just didn't punch it in. Starts with me. He missed a couple throws. He dropped a snap. Just opportunities like that versus a good football team, you can't blow it like that.
I was so pissed at him last night when he fumbled that ball. I was so pissed.
Well, we fumbled it twice on that play. He wasn't the only guy who fumbled.
No, you're right. And that leads to the quote that you've been waiting for. They asked Coach McCarthy about Tyler Guyton trying to pick up that I don't know what his plan was.
Well, the running back room's a little skinny, and he's not performing very well at tackle, so maybe there's a job opening. He thought he had a chance.
What do you think of Refrigerator Guyton's carry?
We're not teaching no linemen to carry the ball. You know, that's twice now. That was a big play, obviously, in the game. We need to fall on the ball.
I think there's a fine coming. I think that's going to cost Tyler a couple dollars.
Oh, my God. And he was they said on the broadcast that he was hurt, but he was out of the game after that.
Oh, yeah. He's
I think
firmly in the doghouse.
I think his feelings were hurt, and maybe he got hurt, trying to carry the football. That's possible.
It's tough being a running back.
But the fact that the very next play he's off the field, I don't think that was on accident. I don't think it was on accident. Yeah, that was I hear a lot of people, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Tyler Guyton doesn't look good to me.
I will say, let's not get lost in this, and let's go back and look at who he has had to go against. I mean, it has been one, not just Pro Bowler, but all pro from the one after another, and that's the NFL. I mean, edge rushers are the second most valuable quantity to have on a football team, and a lot of teams they've played this year have them. So he's gone against the very best, and not to his credit, has gotten his ass whipped pretty consistently. But I do think there's a nugget of possibility there more than the other guys. I mean, he's no Tyler Smith, and he's not as good as the other ones that have come in lately, but or at least the other one. But I'm not throwing in the towel on him. He's just been in a bad situation.
Of the 199 offensive linemen that have qualified, taken enough snaps to qualify for PFF, which is, your minimum snaps.
I wonder what the snaps is now with Week 12. It's a fair amount.
Let's see. Oh no, it was at. There was no minimum, so that was saying of all. So you're talking about all the guys who have played. He is 199 or 192 out of 199 in grade. 192 out of 199.
And we've talked to McCarthy about him. And, a lot of this is he's left alone because there are other problems on the offense. They can't sacrifice anybody to protect that edge because they got to protect up the middle, which has been a worse problem. So he's alone against the second best player on most teams, a lot of the time, because they don't even have a tight end or a fullback to help protect him when he's out there. And he's a turnstile. He is. But he is against Pro Bowlers, and he's better against the lessers. So you just got to hope that this one sticks, because AJ, there are 50 problems worse than Guyton. 50. There are 50 other things that are worse than Guyton at left tackle right now.
Well, the only Cowboy offensive lineman with a grade worse than Tyler Guyton is Brock Hoffman.
See, there's another problem. That's worse.
I mean, at least they figured out early he's not supposed to be a starter. Remember, he was a presumed starter coming into the season, and it was like, no, he ain't it.
And I'm not out on Guyton. But again, this is a first-year player who's got 12 games under his belt on the worst team in football.
You're right, but you can't feel like, well, we've solved that issue
No, I'm
either.
not saying we've solved it, but I do think that the guy's a rookie. I know what he's capable of. I know what I've seen him do this year. He has had some downs that have worked out. I've got other things to deal with. I'll work out the other 49, and eventually I'll get to 50. But, I mean, there's so many other problems.
You realize yesterday the Will Anderson wasn't playing.
Again? And I don't think Guyton had a terrible game last time. How many times did Rush get – it wasn't a sack issue. It wasn't that. Again, that's where the Cowboys are, because Guyton would be a problem on most teams. Most teams would go, well, we got to solve that initially. There are so many other things that got to get done before Guyton is addressed. So many other things. I mean, we have absent bodies. At least Guyton's in the building and he's low paid.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. I mean, he's a cheap underperforming player.
At the very least, you got that.
That is a bit of a bonus. More from Mike McCarthy, and this is one of his standard lines about the offense.
Yeah, we had a couple looks with motion, and it's just more about how they reacted to it. Particularly in their big nickel deal. We went to some base big fronts, so that I think we didn't hit on any of those, and just really couldn't get it going. Frankly, the run game, and that was a primary focus coming into this. I would have liked to have been a lot more balanced, run the pass. I don't want to throw the ball 40 times. And, And then, I think just with the injuries up front, their pass rush got going there, after we got, 2-score game and they got to a 3-score game.
You have to stop saying, the big part of our plan was to run the ball better. You suck at running, and it's not going to change. So I know the Cowboys don't get to run a lot because they're behind, but again, since I had PFF open, looking at Tyler Guyton, I looked at where the Cowboys rank in run offense. They are 30th out of 32. Yeah. Like you're not. It's not going to get better.
There's 2 worse than him?
Yeah, the Raiders are worse. They're the worst, and the Colts are worse somehow.
That's a strange stat.
Yeah,
Taylor and Richardson. You'd think they'd be.
You would think
far.
You would think so.
Dang, and the Raiders is the alternate team to go for.
Well, when you hear a coach come out and justify and start going technical, we were working a motion on their big nickel. That, you start throwing in technical jargon when you don't have an answer. You're like, no, we can't run the ball. We're never going to be balanced.
You need to start.
You see what I'm working with?
Yeah, you need to start planning like we're going to be playing from behind.
And we're going to be throwing the ball 45 times. We got to be real about this. We're going to have to. We can't run the ball. We're going to be in a shotgun. I'm going to have 4 guys in routes, and my quarterback's got about 2 seconds to let the ball go. That's it. That's your offense from here on out. You can't run it. Now, how many tight ends are we down now? I know that we lost to Ferguson for a concussion, so you lost another tight end. You got no help to protect your offensive line because you're only carrying 2 running backs active. You have 2 active running backs, and not even one a fullback. You can't keep Vaughn active because he can't pick up a blitz. So I got to run out there with Zeke and Dowdle that neither can run the ball, and only one of them can half-ass block. So, yes, my quarterback's under duress. And, by the way, my quarterback is Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
So there's no I can't run it and I can't pass it. But I'm going to make up for it by not being able to call the right plays or having the right personnel on field on the right time. And I'm going to make up for it by fumbling the ball twice on a play. I'm going to make up for it. Not only is it bad, I'm going to make it worse by my decisions.
When you think, just a quick way to look at it is the number 1 and number 2 guys, who would you think have attempted the most passes this season?
Like quarterbacks around the league?
Quarterbacks, yeah.
Well, I would say the ones that have the most probably don't have a very good record because you're way, way behind
You'd be
most
correct.
of the time.
The top 2 this year.
Mayfield, has he thrown a lot of balls?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Near the top.
Yeah.
Near the top. He's number 1. Aaron Rodgers is number 2. Guys who have been chasing all season long. Patrick Mahomes, number 9. Josh Allen, number 11. Jared Goff, number 21.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, number 23. That's what you want to be. Like, you want to have the option. You can't have the option when you're a bad football team. And the Cowboys are just bad. So saying, like, our running the ball was a big part of our game plan this week, you don't get to choose that when you suck. The Ravens get to decide. The Chiefs get to decide. The Bills get to decide. The Lions get to decide if they're going to run the ball this week or not. When you are a garbage team, you don't get to decide if you're going to run or pass. You have to throw it.
I agree. But I think so many of these coaches are slaves to scheme. We got to make our scheme work. And I look at coaches that, like Mike Tomlin, who I have gone 180 degrees on this year. During training camp for the first couple of weeks of the season, I couldn't figure out what this guy was doing. Starting Fields and doing what he was doing. But I've come to realize that the greatness in Tomlin is he's not a slave to anything but getting the W. And whatever happened on Sunday to win the game will mean absolutely nothing toward what helps the win next week. What do I got to do to win? I'm not going to chase balance. I know I can only throw the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm going to find the best way to throw the ball 50 times. That's all I got. But he would find a way. I think that when I see McCarthy continue to go back to the balance, well, that's the easy answer. Yeah, everybody's good when you're balanced, but you're not balanced, and there's no way you will be. Find another way.
All right, we'll hear more from Coach McCarthy. We'll hear from CeeDee Lamb. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hope you woke up this morning, stepped into a Connecticut shower, and just washed that stink of the Cowboys' loss off you. If you got a Connecticut, you know what I'm talking about, because there's no more worries. Your water is your water. You're not worried about that weird white powder on your dishes. You're not worried about why your hair is always so dry or why you got those flakes on your skin. You don't even give it a second thought, because that's not an issue with a Connecticut water softener. All of those things that cause those things are strained out. They are filtered out of the water filter that you need and know and love. Connecticut's been around South Texas and San Antonio for a long time. They've been taking care of your neighbors day in and day out without a hesitation, without a question. You know, I've had a Connecticut for a long time, and I talked to you a lot about the warranty. I keep hearing it's good. I've never had to use it. Not once have I had to call anybody for any kind of help. From the moment they arrived till this day, only time I ever think about Connecticut is when I do the spots, because it just works. And right now, you got the opportunity that I didn't even have. You want a Connecticut? How about one free for 90 days? If you'll call 656-PURE right now, they're going to come out and put a Connecticut in your home for 90 days so you can see what I'm talking about. And then, when you decide to buy, how about a brand new reverse osmosis water station at your sink? I had to buy that. Think about this. The clean water ready for you all the time. No more water bottles in your house. The access to it all the time. That's why you go get a Connecticut. If you've got a water softener now, trash it. Go get a good one, a Connecticut. If you don't got one, call them right now. Get on the phone, 656-PURE. Get a Connecticut. Go to Connecticut SA for all the details. Go get you the best water softener on the market and come on by and thank me later.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later, just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Can you dig it? Come into any Ewald Kubota dealer and dig the savings on the full line of Kubota excavators. Like 0%, 0 down for 48 months. Plus, save up to $10,000 off. Come see us. Kubota deals are here. Kubota deals are now.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free fries from McDonald's, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
The most wanted beauty gifts of the season just dropped at Ulta Beauty. From exclusive kits by Sol de Janeiro, MAC, and e.l.f. to the cult favorite Hourglass holiday palettes. And let's not forget the stunning Dyson Airwrap in strawberry bronze. These limited editions won't last long, so don't miss out. While you're there, why not grab yourself something special too? I mean, 'tis the season, right? Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I like how we've started playing real music, but this song stayed in the rotation.
Yeah, it's attached to the sweeper. Yeah.
Speeding around in Ferraris in a well-lit overnight
we've kept
Miami.
that one. Yeah. We've kept that one.
That was your favorite one.
That was the best of the bad. The best of the bad. Well, as we continue to talk Cowboys here, the best of the bad. Here was the two fourth down decisions. The one to go for it on fourth down, well, to take the points off the board and then to go for it on fourth down, and then the fake punt call. Two kind of tipping points of the game. So here's what we'll first hear what Mike had to say about the fake punt call, since that happened earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's not a high priority. It was a check that reacted to what they were doing, and then they dropped a guy in the coverage there from the backside, and so they won a chess match here. That was a poor call by us.
Yeah. See what happened was
when he said there was a check. Is that him saying that the players decided to do that?
Well, there's a show me on the punt. If there's a certain dude that isn't where he's supposed to be, and you have the avenue, I think that they have it built in. Run it. I do think that what he said was true, that they showed something and they blew it. But I do think you go in and you line up thinking you could fake punt all the time if these two things happen, and they did, and they blew it. But again, we talked to McCarthy on Friday, and he told us, look, when it's this bad, all we want to do is not shoot ourselves in the foot. The only thing I'm trying to get our team right with is we end drives with kicks. Whether we don't want to turn the ball over, we don't want to give them any extra shots to come and get us. And what did you do at the first chance?
You chose not to kick.
You tell your guys, we're not going to fake it. Don't fake it, punt it, no matter what.
Here was his decision to go for it on fourth down later after they'd chosen to end a drive and a kick, and then they said, let's not end the drive, which I can't fault them for that part, but when you get to fourth down again, you just take the 3 and move on. They chose to go for it. Here's Coach McCarthy on that decision.
Yeah, definitely. It's 4th and 2. Had a good play, had a rub play there. Got the coverage we needed. It just wasn't clean on the outside. It got flushed and had a chance on the over route there. So it was a clean play. And I think it's just like anything. You can't have it both ways. We're trying to play it, exactly right, managing the game. 14 play drives. Obviously had the big penalty on the field goal. But we needed 7 there, and 4th and 2, and everything that we were talking leading into that series, that's a go for it situation, and I felt good about the call.
I to his point, I agree with him. I would have gone for it there too, but I know what you're saying, that like he said, he wanted to end it in kicks. I think on 4th and 2, analytically, had they kicked the field goal there, I would have said, "What a dummy."
Well,
so it's easy in hindsight after it failed to say that wasn't the right call. I think at the time I was like, yeah, they've got to go for it now.
I get it when you're down, but there's the premise that success is built on, that you never go broke making a profit, no matter what. And right now you are hemorrhaging money. You never go broke making a profit. You didn't expect to win that football game. Even if you had scored a touchdown there, you weren't going to win the game. The game was already over. You saw what you were dealing with. Go make a little bit of profit. Stop the bleeding. Just do football things. Don't do winning things. Just open up the manual that says never take points off the board at home. Never. Open up the manual. Do the basic things that might put you in a position to win a football game. Don't try to win the game on that play. Just make a profit, and we'll see what happens next. You don't have the wherewithal to do anything, any kind of gambling. You got to pay your bills. You got to make a profit. You don't get to gamble away. You don't get to go make some kind of trick play. You're not good enough to even try that.
Here is Coach McCarthy about the frustrations of losing, over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
It's very frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody. Frustrating for the players. Frustrating for the coaches. I know it's it's disappointing for the fans. But we have a lot of moving parts going on, and we just have to be cleaner and more detailed in certain spots. We're not playing well enough, or execute well enough, coaching well enough to overcome some of the mistakes we're making at critical times in the game. So, just go, even in the first half, we had some opportunities there to get some more points and didn't get it done. We just have to play cleaner in these tight spots, and we did not do that tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
and he's talked about this pretty much every week with us. Pre-snap penalties are killing this team, and they really are. And it's bonehead stuff. It's 12 men on the field. It's like
over and over.
How do you do that? I mean, this is not. You've been playing football since you're in fifth grade. You're only allowed 11. How when you're at this level do you have 12 out there? And I'm not talking about like the 12 man on the field where one guy's trying to run off and they catch him.
Right.
I'm talking about like,
oh, I'm in.
I'm talking about like 12 men in the huddle or 12 men in a formation. That's crazy. Like when they called that play dead, it was inside, I think it was at the 3-yard line. Mixon ran out of bounds at the 3. It was right before they scored the last touchdown. And they were like set on the field, set for the play with 12 guys out there. It's like, what the? That's peewee stuff.
Yes.
That's peewee stuff.
It is the kind, and yet you're going to try to fake a field goal. Yet you're going to pull points off. You can't even get the guys at the line of scrimmage on time, on target. You can't even do that, but you're going to try to do the other stuff.
D. Douglas says Colts have won 2 Super Bowls. Their first against the Cowboys. That was Baltimore. That doesn't count.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Ravens Super Bowl. It might as
That
well
was
be.
Johnny U. That's back to the Johnny U.
That's what I said. You got to talk about a different city if you're going back that far.
I think they beat the Boston Red Legs.
Yeah. Here's what McCarthy had to say about, and this is a crappy question by whoever asked it because it's over. Yeah. How do you keep the morale of the team while on a losing streak like this? The team morale is broken.
Pizza parties.
This team is broken. So there's no right answer to this to defend Mike McCarthy here. But here's what he had to say.
Well, I mean, hell, they better be frustrated. I mean, we're all frustrated. I think it'd be something wrong if they weren't frustrated. So
is he saying frustrated?
Just very honest with
it's a good word, though.
And stay in tune with what's right in front of us. I mean, that's the only way I've ever done it. And we got a tough road game, got a division game coming up. It's disappointing. I thought they definitely put the prep in this week. We had some guys that didn't make it, and so we had some different practice patterns that we went through. But for the most part, I thought these guys were ready to go and came out. They came out ready in the first half.
Well, they came out ready in the first half. They just forgot there was a second half.
Had a good week of practice.
It was a 1-score game at halftime.
It was, yeah.
I mean, it never felt like the Cowboys were in good shape, but at least at halftime they weren't in bad shape.
But they got frustrated.
Frustrated.
That's a good word. I'm keeping this one.
That was a frustrating
loss.
Frustrating performance by his team.
The question is a trap question. It is. Because, the expectation is they're professionals. You just show up and you do your damn best no matter what. You just show up and do your damn job because millions of dollars are writing this for you. And it's true. I mean, you want to put good stuff on tape. No matter what else is going on around you, your life will carry on. You will have another life to play, whether it's in Dallas or not. And you got to act like that. But your superstars, therein lies the rub. Average Joe in the NFL who's got the $1 million deal and it's going to expire in 2 years and could get cut tomorrow because he's about to vest, he doesn't have the wherewithal to play. CeeDee Lamb has the wherewithal to stand on the sidelines and scream at your offensive coordinator or your coach or your players. The superstars are the ones you got to worry about because they're not going to lose anything. Everybody else is going to show up for work. Morale, hell, I got to feed my family.
Yeah.
Morale, I got to play on this bad football team and put some good plays on tape.
When we come back, we'll hear I've got two more clips I want to play from Coach McCarthy. One about his belief in this team to turn things around, and the other is about what this team deserves. That's an interesting one to me. And then we'll hear from CD as well. I'm also going to give away some tickets in the next segment to Rod Stewart. Oh, man.
Wake up, Maggie.
Should I sing some Rod Stewart today?
Today is not the day, nor is tonight the night.
Would that cheer Cowboy fan up if AJ sang...
Maybe you should relive one of the urban legends.
Maggie May. If I sang Maggie May, would it make Cowboy fan happier?
And I want you to think of the urban legend about Rod Stewart as we go to break. Him and Richard Gere. Unfortunate rumors back in the pre-internet days.
I wonder if it's true.
Well, he'll be at the Moody Center soon enough to prove it.
Yes, he will.
You can witness it.
Rod Stewart, the One Last Time tour. That's what they all say, don't they? One last time. But we'll give away tickets to go see that, and we'll continue our discussion here. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Where are you going to go get your tractor? You know you want one. You know you have been thinking about getting that piece of equipment that will make your property, your land, your lease ideal. You've been waiting, right? Well, go get the best. Go to Ewald. Go get yourself an Ewald Kubota. Now is the time. Whether you're looking for a tractor, a mower, a utility vehicle, maybe you need some service or some parts, there's no better place to go than Ewald Kubota. For your rental equipment, if you got a big old job coming and you don't have the wherewithal, let them take care of you. They're going to bring what you need out. They're going to train you up on it, and they'll come get it exactly when they need to get it done. You get your job done, you save yourself some money, and you work with the very best. Let Ewald Kubota come to your work site and take care of you. Hunting season's here. If you're not out on your lease working on it, you probably don't have the right equipment. And if you're looking for the perfect hunting accessory, boy, Ewald's got it right now. Pick the right utility vehicle for what you need, and whatever you pick, you can modify and fix to do exactly the job you need to get done, and you'll have an Ewald doing it. And if you got ground to break, you need the most powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, and America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. That's what Ewald does. They supply the exact product you need, the highest quality available, and everything you need after the sale. You think I'm kidding? This has been around a long time. Go talk to some grandparents. They bought their Ewald Kubota and are going back now, and there's no better time to go do it. With $0 down, 0 APR, and 36 months to take care of the thing you've been dreaming of. Go stuff your stocking with an Ewald tractor. It goes from the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years. Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're starting to clear some of our trouble. 90 westbound at General McMullen. That wreck on the west side is just cleared. Downtown, we had an accident. 35 northbound at Highway 90. I-10 Nogalitos. That cleared as well. And that stall at 90 westbound 36th Street just cleared. Right now, your travel time, 35 southbound Schwab Road on down to Weidner, should take you about 20 minutes or so. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Integrity Roofing and Siding.
Roofing and siding can be expensive. Save $1,000 on a new full roof or full siding job at Integrity Roofing when you mention the Andy Everett special. Some restrictions apply. $1,000 off. Call Integrity Roofing, 340-ROOF, 340-7663, or integritysa.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters just $19.99 to festive family PJs now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm faux mink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. September and I really should be back at school.
So there's a lot of people out there going, Rod Stewart's still alive.
Yeah, I know I keep you amused. Feeling being used.
What's your favorite? Is this your favorite
Maggie? I couldn't have tried anymore. I don't know. I'm not really a Rod Stewart fan.
There was a time when if Rod Stewart was on, something was about to happen. It was good. That was a good thing.
Rod Stewart's one of those guys who apparently was like a ladies' man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Back in the late 70s, he was. Rod Stewart was a.
When I look at Rod Stewart, I'm like, that guy?
Well, Mick Jagger. You look that guy?
Yeah, like Steven Tyler, I guess. And
who's now turned into my grandmother.
Yeah, it always fascinates me who women find.
This is a good one.
Sexy.
See, this was on. You probably had some chilled Strawberry Hill
and blue, bell bottom.
You're taking your bell bottoms off. Your incense was on.
Waiting for suggestions.
You're
He's
using
so
some kind of
nervous,
implement
avoiding all the questions.
you'd won at the carnival.
His lips are dry.
Some
His
kind of
heart
dr-
is gently pounding.
All the drug paraphernalia.
Don't you just know exactly what they're thinking?
This is good stuff, man.
And
The
you
Moody
think
Center.
I'm sexy? Come on, sugar, tell me so. Oh, that was "Let Me Know."
This is that's the other lyric.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
coming. This is it'll be a good show. Moody Center in March.
Oh, there's
Bit of
"Tell Me So."
Rod.
It's "Let Me Know," then "Tell Me
Yeah,
So."
you just wrong stanza.
My bad. Again, not my wheelhouse. But
Oh.
I know a little bit of Rod Stewart just because
It'll be a good
he's
show.
Rod Stewart. He's a big star.
And the only thing is, all of us that are going to be there, and I'm going to be there. The show will be over by about 8:30 because we got to be asleep by 10.
Oh yeah.
I sang that for Alexandra because she asked for it.
Well, good for her. See, she knows it. I hope she wins.
Oh no, she won something.
Oh, that's right. She won last
recently.
week.
She can't. But let's go with I'm going to give the phone number out because someone gave me grief last time.
Play some
210
Young Turks.
210-656-3776. If you're caller number 3, you will win tickets to go see Rod Stewart, the One Last Time tour,
Promises.
March 7th at the Moody Center in Austin, Texas. Rod Stewart. Alexandra, I know you can't win. Maybe I'll secure some tickets and you can be my date. Then we'll go see Rod
Be
Stewart.
a lovely
together.
gesture.
That's right.
A lovely gesture.
I probably won't go see Rod Stewart though.
See, this
This is what you like.
this is the,
We were discussing the big
there
hits
was
of
a- there-
Rod Stewart
this
yesterday.
this was an MTV hit where the
Oh,
video
yeah.
was more important than the song.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where this is when breakdancing we had just down here
Oh,
in
yeah.
San Antonio, we had just heard tell of such thing, and there was video of him, a guy breakdancing.
Yeah, see, I don't know the word. I don't know the words to this song. I know the words to a lot of Rod Stewart songs, but
I have this 45.
So do I. I had this on vinyl, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but by this time we were headed to, no, we were still doing with cassettes and vinyl.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
yeah. This was so exciting.
oh yeah. Hey, give me some. Have I
take it while we're
told you
still not
lately
afraid.
that I love you?
Hold on.
Time is a freak when you're undecided.
Yeah, this is a deep cut. You guys are nerds.
No, this was a big hit. This was the lead song on this record.
Was
This
it?
was the hit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I have heard this.
Yeah. But this was on the other edge of his career. His career was winding down by this
Yeah,
point.
that's true.
He was just trying to hang on because MTV gave him a camera and a
Yeah.
little bit of money.
Oh, Rod Stewart. Oh, Rod, you sexy bastard.
Now, Richard Gere had one urban legend.
What's Rod Stewart's urban legend?
I think it was kind of the same.
Rod Stewart or Richard Gere's was about he put a gerbil in
Okay,
his.
yeah. So Richard Gere gerbil went up. Rod Stewart was he had ingested a fair amount of something that he had to have his stomach pumped.
Oh, the stomach pump
Yeah,
story.
he had ingested a fair amount of bodily fluid
and
and had to have his stomach pumped. Yeah, I don't want to get too technical on this, but that was the urban legend with Rod.
He says, I've never pleased even a solitary sailor, let alone a
he had
ship's
to address
worth.
it. And a kid in San Antonio before the internet knew of this urban legend. It had traveled that far in the 80s that he had to address it.
He addressed it.
Now, in the internet age, that could happen pretty fast. But for a San Antonio kid to have heard, what a terrible thing to have to deal with. Oh, I'd like to address the rumors. No. It's never happened.
I never hooked up with nine sailors.
Nine sailors. Never. That didn't happen.
Yeah, Rod Stewart doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd hook up with U.S. sailors. You know,
Tonight's the night, man. You never know.
You never know. We got a winner.
who's our winner?
It is Tarek Aga.
Tarek Aga.
Tarek Aga. Yeah.
Derek,
All right,
congratulations, man. He has
And
similar
we're
musical
going to have
tastes.
some more tickets tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're giving away tickets to go see Sir Roderick Stewart.
Is he a knight? I bet he is.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sir Roderick, I like a guy that sings like this.
The horse
and talks
singer.
like this. Little rasp to my voice. I'm a knight of the Queen's Army. I would never make love to American sailors. Never, not a Yank, not me. Now the Queen's Army, perhaps the Queen's Navy, but not
That's for
those.
king and country, though.
That's right. Old Sir Roderick. There you go. The tomorrow,
bring it back on track.
Tomorrow I will sing "Have I Told You Lately," a love ballad from Sir Roderick, just because I want all the ladies out there to look at me the way they looked at Rod Stewart back in the 70s and 80s.
Well, if it's them, they're going to have to put on their bifocals.
That's all right.
They're going to have to put on their specs.
All you old Bettys.
If you were a Rod Stewart fan back in the day, your knees pop when you stand
That's
up.
right.
Yep.
Well, my knee pops when I stand up, and I'm not even.
That's why you're a fan.
I don't even know.
Why you're eager to go see him.
All right, I promised you this from Coach McCarthy. They asked him, why does he believe that this season still has hope of being fixed? Which, honestly, that sounds like lunacy. It really does.
I feel in times of adversity, the confirmation comes into, what you know from your past experiences, but also just trust the people in the room, the people that are doing the work. And I do. I believe in this locker room. Our leadership, most of it has been injured. And there is good coming out of this. You don't see it because we're not winning games.
There's
But
good and bad.
There's young men that are getting an opportunity to do more, and I do believe that'll pay forward. It needs to hurry the hell up because we need it in 6 days. But this is just the reality of what we're going through. So I do believe in them because not only what they do for the organization, but the energy and the effort that they give me. So I have every reason to believe that we can play better. We have to be cleaner. The discipline and the details is you're tired to hear about it, but I just got to keep pushing it and make them focus on it, and I do believe we'll come out on the other side.
When you get questions about have you lost the locker room, that's why you're getting them, Coach. When they're not listening to that, they're not doing it. You're not enforcing it. We're at week 12. You still can't get 11 guys to stand still before a snap. You can't get the right 11 guys on the field.
Yeah.
You keep talking about this, and I know we get frustrated when you get questions like, have you lost the team? Well, you can say one thing. You can say you had a good week of practice. You can say that they seemed like they were ready to win. You can't consistently get the 11 guys that are supposed to be out there at the right time. And then when they are out there, you can't get them consistently in the right position to stay set before the snap. That's the sign you've loosened your team. Not that they're bitching about you in public. Not that they're yelling about your play calls. Is that they're not even the attention to detail isn't there.
Finally, the last clip we'll play from Mike McCarthy about what the team deserves. And this is
deserve.
Yeah. What does this team deserve? I don't know. The death penalty.
What kind of? I'd like to know who.
Can it be like? Can it be like SMU? Can it be like SMU when they got caught with Eric Dickerson driving around in a Trans Am? Can it just be death penalty? You're gone. You're what do they call it? Relegated.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are now in the MLS.
Well, that question is so. It's the have you stopped beating your wife? You know what I mean? Yeah. How do you answer that?
This is it, man. We got 7 losses. We got to go. Backs against the wall. We got to fight, scratch, claw. We got to do everything we can to go win the next game. That's where my mind's at. That's what I'm going to coach, and that's the expectation. Yeah, we got to win. We deserve the win. We deserve the opportunity to win, and that's by putting the best people out there. So, and right now they're young. So, Those guys, our young guys are getting a lot of experience, but we need to do whatever the hell we need to do to win.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Hey, here's what I want you to do, Vic, after the show today, where he says, "We deserve to win." I want you to save that and put it on my button right next to like Shannon Sharp having sex
and we're a Super Bowl team. We just haven't won one yet.
And Ingrid singing her national anthem. That's going to be a go-to for me. We deserve to win.
Have you ever had a coach say we deserve to win? I've never heard that. Deserve has nothing to do with most anything in your life. You'll find the older you get, deserve is a word that probably shouldn't be in the English language. Nobody deserves anything.
Yeah. Like when I was coaching baseball kids, there were times where I would tell them, and this, I didn't have to address the media. I didn't even have to talk to parents about it. But I would talk to my kids after every game, and I would tell, like, there were times when I told them, you guys should have won this game, and you cost yourselves.
Yeah, you didn't deserve anything.
But yeah, it's never you deserve. It's
you deserve losses. Sometimes you do, but good things are never deserved. Never.
That's
you
true.
earn them. Earn them. No, you can luck into them, but you didn't deserve them.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say, yeah, we won this game that we didn't deserve to win.
So counter to everything I believe that makes sports the reason we do them.
Yep.
Deserve has nothing to do with outcome, ever.
CeeDee Lamb, who apparently is a leader on this team, they asked him, what is your message to the team as, a leader?
Obviously, everybody is looking to embarrass us, right? They have their opportunity. When they do, they try to, put us out. And we had so much success over the last 3 years as far as in the regular season. It's starting to bite us right now. So for us, we got to find ways. We got to find ways to gel together, play together, and finish this thing out. So with us, we got to go out there and play hard, bro. We got to play for the guy that's next. Lining up next to us, to our left and our right, and then just put them before yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much selfishness. It's about being selfless, and I feel like at that moment, that's when we'll play better. We'll gel together, and everything will take care of itself. We can't be selfish in a time like this. Everybody's hurting. Everybody's feeling bad about it.
So is it selfish when you use a gay slur at your backup quarterback?
Blowing up your quarterback.
Is that selfish? I don't know. Has the team been selfish all year? I don't know. You might just stink. Then they asked him, how do you keep going when this is the results you're getting?
Man, absolutely, bro. Throughout the weeks, everybody knows, everybody on my team knows. I'm going through situations as far as with my body, but does that stop me from going out there and playing my heart out for these guys? No, absolutely not. So with that, man, I take pride in what I do. I take pride in my game, and I take pride in playing for the fans and everything in between. So with that, man, every week, I'm not coming out here playing to lose. So whoever that is lining up in front of me, just expect the best out of me every single time.
And finally, they did ask him about how things are going with him and Coop. How's it going with you and QB2 here?
We missed 2 passes. I want to say that was as far as behind, but the rest were pretty good. I feel like he's going to be better. Throughout the as the season goes and progresses, you could tell that he's gotten better from week 1 to week 2 for him as far as starting. So the confidence is there for him. Happy for him. Obviously, we're moving the ball, but at the end of the day, we still got to score. We still got to win the game.
All right.
Don't take it out on poor Cooper. This is not his doing. He is what he is. You got here late. You got here out of shape. You got your money, but you've really never been here. Good news, we got a long-term deal. You'll be here next year. But a lot of this lies on CD. He wasn't a full-fledged Dallas Cowboy for a month. You got here late. You had to get paid as part of the business. But the other side of that business is you got to come in and perform. And even at your best for the first month, you weren't your best. And you're one of the many reasons that they stumbled out of the block and continue to suffer. And CD, you're front and center there. You have not been the All-Pro, the Pro Bowler, all those things that you were this year. That you haven't been. And you can say whatever you want to say, but the fact remains you need to look at yourself and do it. And like everybody else does. You said it, the pretend leader. That's not a leader. He's a guy who's getting paid more than other guys. That's not a leader.
When I switched over to the Manning cast for a while yesterday.
It was already so bad.
And, Peyton Manning was in disbelief at how bad it is. Like, Peyton Manning was like, what are we doing? I mean, this guy knows way more football than the guys that are talking about it on the other channel. This guy's like, what are you seeing there? That's an indictment. All right, we'll talk some Spurs on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Davis Law Firm.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, Austin, San Antonio. 444-4444. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Hey, San Antonio, it's Joe Reinagel. You know I love talking sports, but I also love to watch sports. One of the best places to do that, the I-10 Ice House. For over 10 years, they've been serving up the coldest drinks and the cheapest happy hour specials in town. 10-foot screens, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Football, pay-per-view, or just a night out at I-10 Ice House is where San Antonio comes to play. Grab your friends, catch the action at the I-10 Ice House, San Antonio's real sports headquarters. 9518 Console Drive. We'll see you there.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Hey there, Cowboy fans! San Antonio Sports Star has something special just for you. Imagine this, you and a loved one, and the excitement of a Dallas Cowboys home game under the bright lights at AT&T Stadium. Well, thanks to AARP and San Antonio Sports Star, we're giving you the chance to make that dream come true. It's easy. Just visit SASportsStar.com to enter for your shot at winning 2 tickets to see the Cowboys live. Whether it's your first game or your 100th, nothing compares to being there, surrounded by fellow fans, soaking up that incredible energy. And hey, this isn't just about football. It's about creating memories with someone close to you. AARP knows how important that is, and that's why they're proud to sponsor this special giveaway. way. So don't wait. Head over to sasportstar.com. Enter and picture yourself in those seats, sharing an unforgettable day. We can't wait to send you to the game. Visit sasportstar.com to enter. sasportstar.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're starting to clear some of our trouble. 90 westbound at General McMullen. That wreck on the west side is just cleared. Downtown, we had an accident. 35 northbound at Highway 90. I-10 Nogalitos, that cleared as well. And that stall at 90 westbound 36th Street just cleared. Right now, your travel time, 35 southbound Schwab Road on down to Weidner, should take you about 20 minutes or so. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight. The Frostbite Center will host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip is a little later, 8:30 on TNT. The Dallas Cowboys lost again, but the news is Mike McCarthy's home might have been sold. His $5.7 million mansion in Allen, Texas has a contract ending. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Claymore, I hope you are making this up. Claymore, who checks in on Jerry.
He's a Dallas type. He's a Dallas type.
Yeah.
He's all things Dallas.
So he listens to Jerry on the fan up there, and they asked him, Claymore says they asked him how he feels about the fans with bags on their heads and the empty seats. And Jerry said, that doesn't bother me. Other teams' fans do it too.
Uh-huh.
Is that a real quote? That can't be a real quote.
That can't be real. You can't go that far, because if he does, that's the Shakespeare line, methinks thou dost protest too much.
Oh, my God. If that is the case, every fan should show up for that Giants game with a bag on their head.
Were there
every
bags?
person.
Did they show bags last night? I didn't
bags.
notice. So there were some bags. Okay.
There were bags.
Good.
I was asleep.
And, we looked yesterday. Prices for tickets were cheap.
Dude, I'm talking, I know late in the game, obviously, there were way more Texans fans and Cowboy fans there.
Right.
But just watching it on the broadcast, early in the game, when something would go well for the Texans or wrong for the Cowboys, there was a loud contingent. This is, I know you can say, oh, well, Texans fans come to our stadium, they buy beer too. And that's all good and fine, but, dude, that's embarrassing. And Jerry's embarrassed about that. He doesn't want to look a fool. There's a lot of things that Jerry will stand for. He don't want to look a fool. And when you got fans in your stands with bags on their heads, you look a damn fool.
And I don't think I don't remember it getting this bad. There might have been a bag or two at the end of the Campo or the Gailey era, but I don't remember it. I guess there probably might have been, but I don't recall this. I don't recall half the stadium being filled with the other team, home team wearing bags on their heads and empty seats. I don't recall that.
If I'm Jerry, I know what Jerry's like. I ain't Jimmy Haslam. I ain't Tom Benson. You ain't making a fool out of me, Bubba. And he can say all he wants and it doesn't bother him. That pisses him off for sure. But if he wants to say he doesn't care,
you can say that.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody who go, any of y'all that are going, any of you that are giving up family time on Thanksgiving to go to that football game, first of all, you should probably just get divorced. You don't love your family.
Yeah, or you're a glutton for punishment.
I mean, imagine that. Imagine saying, you know what I'm going to do on Thanksgiving Day? I'm going to go down to the Cowboys game. Oh, my gosh. If I were your wife, and I'm no one's wife, but if I were your wife and you chose to do that, I would leave you. I would leave. And I've got zero experience as a wife, but if I did, that's the first thing I would do is I'd leave my husband that went to the Cowboys game.
Well, I'd question your choice to start with, but then again, I'd have to talk to my wife.
That's right.
So I can't do that. and then you put it in that realm, I don't blame her.
Rob doesn't ask questions to his wife. He tells his wife what's what.
You're going to do that.
Yeah, just like the TV.
Yeah, tell her about, hey, I'm getting a new TV. What are you going to do about it? That's what Rob said.
And as soon as you leave town,
that's right.
I'm going to go buy that thing.
You're going to turn around. Guess what? When you come back, I'm going to have a TV.
She was out of town that weekend, and by the time she got back, there was a brand new TV up there.
And you know what? You're going to be mad when you get back.
And
guess what?
I've enjoyed my time on the couch ever since, but that TV is beautiful.
That TV's keeping me company on the
Been
couch.
worth every second of my loneliness.
That's right.
I know how to do this.
You've done this before.
This is my first rodeo.
You've done this before.
Oh, man.
Hey, she's going to need something way up change, like a light bulb change. She'll come back.
So tonight's the big night. The Emirates Cup continues, and this is, I mean, the most important time of the year for your San Antonio Spurs. They take on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. The Thunder favored by 9.5 in the Frost Bank Center.
Well, I don't think we're going to have Wemby.
No, I don't think we are either.
We're going to be down about 15 foot of center tonight. No Chet, no Wemby.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
About 15 feet of player right there, gone.
Yeah, Rob and I were going to go to this game, but then two things we've realized. Wemby's not playing, and...
Well, we don't have a definite on that, but he didn't practice yesterday. There's no Chet. I can't imagine he plays, but maybe.
And the game's at 8:40.
Yeah, what the hell's that?
I mean, I don't even know if I'm even going to watch it on TV.
They
That's
didn't
late.
Consult the morning hosts around the
Seriously.
They should ask us. We can't do 8:30 tip. It's hard enough 7.
Yeah. Who's up for that?
Let's do some more noon games.
I ain't about that life, man.
Get home, get my nap in, and get to work on time.
But there's some decent games. That one, obviously, especially if there's no Wemby, that might not be much of a game. But Nuggets Grizzlies tonight, and the headliner I think is the Cavs Celtics.
Oh, that's the biggest game.
Yeah,
by far.
What a game. I think I'm gonna be back in the Cavs tonight. I told you I'm leaning that direction.
I'm going for 15 straight. Odds tell you.
Yeah.
15 straight heads, you're going to get a tails. I'm not saying they're not better right now than Boston, but going into Boston and beating the defending world champs who have been on fire in their own right is not going to be the easiest thing to do. And if they do, man, oh, man.
I think what we're going to get is the Cavs will win tonight, and then they will lose to some random team that they have no business losing
by
to.
benching 4 starters.
Yeah, they might lose to their next 4 games after this Celtics game. Pelicans, Raptors, Hawks. If they beat the Celtics tonight, mark my words, they will lose to one of those teams.
Well, we're headed toward historic proportions. They've already won enough games in a row to start the season, to the point that every other team that's done this has made it at least to the conference semifinals, if not to the finals or the championship. I mean, they're getting into the realm of expectations are now you better be playing in April. You better be playing in May if you win 15 straight to start the season.
By the way, my favorite part about this, and this just lets you know how useless preseason basketball is, Cavs didn't win a single preseason game.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep, and just show up and win them all. Yeah, but I'm watching that game tonight. I'm locked in on that game. But the Spurs, I've got no expectations for them with no Wemby. It's kind of disappointing, quite frankly. I would have liked to see how they end. Now I don't think we're going to get that. So I don't know when are they going to be eliminated from the Emirates Cup?
Oh, someone's going to have to explain to me
how it works.
How this works. So
I know they play around robin.
1, and we got to go through everybody that's in our particular pod.
Yep.
And does only one team carry on, or does like a champion and a semi carry on? I guess there's only room for one to head to Vegas, right? There's 4 pods.
There's
4
no,
teams go.
There's 6 pods.
Oh, there's 6 pods.
I don't know. That's why I don't know how they. But only 4 teams go to Vegas, so I don't know how they narrow it down.
I don't know. And if you lose, you're relegated to Britain.
What?
Turkey.
You have to go to. They have to play Turkish ball if they lose this
Yes,
thing. It's
and
the
you-
Emirates Cup,
and
so
you become a young Turk.
So you have to see it
So
all.
bringing it full circle,
There you
you
have
become you first go to Britain,
Yes.
and then to Turkey, where you become a young Turk
And then-
from Sir Roderick Stewart.
So that's how it all comes
Yes.
together at the end of a.
Yeah.
I get you now. It makes some sense.
And wherever you go, Rod Strickland owns the team in Turkey that's going to come back here and take your spot.
All I ask is win, lose, or draw.
Sir
can we
Rod
just-
Strickland.
Sir Roderick. Can we use that cool court once a week? Whether you know at the end of this little thing.
That'd be a good.
Let's roll
project.
that cool.
It's probably a pain in the ass to keep changing it out.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's not my concern. I just
Yeah.
like the way that it looks.
Yeah, the work of other people isn't your concern.
No, not at all. I don't worry about such things.
Yeah, it's easy for you.
But I'm just
it's
saying,
only
of
2
all
whole days of work.
After last year, where our court was goofy and our uniforms were bad and our warm-ups, those brown warm-ups, were even worse. This year, at least, I don't like the uniform, but our court,
Yeah.
restaurant quality is the
I
best.
do
out
like
there.
the court. I
So,
do like the court.
Just roll that out once a month.
Well, you guess they get blown out without Wemby?
No, I don't guess that at all. I think that this.
Yeah.
I think that it's no. I think it'll be no. I think this will be a very competitive game because what I do expect is without Wemby, there's going to be a lot more ball movement. I think that we're going to see a little.
You
bit.
might be right there.
I think that'll be fun, and I want to see on nights like this. I'm rooting for Mamu to grow into more backup post minutes. And the more opportunity he gets on court, the better off I think the Spurs are going to be because he's got to get over the defensive mistakes to make up for just the activity that he brings. I want to see this is going to open the door for maybe 15 more minutes from Mamu. And the ripple effect is maybe we start seeing a little bit more of those other bench dudes, Bassies and that kind of thing. But that's a 20-point kind of thing. I think they're going to be very competitive tonight.
I think the Spurs catch a bad break here because the Thunder just lost.
Well, there is that, and there is the Shea embarrassment of what's coming off of that to a lackluster performance.
The Spurs or the Thunder had lost 2 games prior to that Mavericks loss, and they followed up the Nuggets loss by scoring 126 points. They followed up the Warriors loss by scoring a season-high 134 points.
The Warriors right now, at least right now, Kerr's got them cooking, man. They're beating a lot of good teams.
They really are.
Easy. They might very well be the biggest surprise that shouldn't be a surprise this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Steph, and it's still Draymond, and it's still Kerr, but they are playing not just, not only are they shooting well, which is key to Golden State, but they're playing great team basketball. They're fun to watch.
If I had told you at the 20% of the season mark, which is about where we're at, that the Thunder were the 1 seed in the West, you'd go, yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
If I told you 2, 3, 4 was Golden State, Lakers, Rockets, you would have thought I was a crazy person.
And I'd go, where's Minnesota? What are you talking about? Where's the Timberwolves? Where's the Nuggets?
Minnesota's in the play-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Nuggets are the 6th seed.
It's a marathon, but you've got to be careful you don't fall too far behind.
You're right. The Rockets, I think, are one of the surprises, too. I think the Orlando Magic sitting at 9-6, consider it. They've won 6 games in a row without Paolo. That's crazy.
They're playing with
Where's it coming
money.
from?
All those guards.
I think obviously the Cavs are. I like the Cavs. I picked the Cavs at the beginning of the season.
I think you might be onto something, but again, it's a marathon.
It is a marathon. I'm just let me gloat now.
Enjoy it. Again, if you, starting out of the block like this, 8 times out of 10 is a portent to the finals. I mean, it just is. You don't start out this good unless you truly are this good.
The biggest surprise to me is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers. And the Sixers, you can point to, well, no Embiid. Well, they had Joel Embiid last night, and they had a massive lead, and they lost that game.
Okay, let's apply the Cincinnati Bengal moniker. Which one of these two teams are the Bengals? They're going to continue to look like, I can't believe you're still losing, but they're going to still be losing when we're talking about them in February. One of them will be.
I think it's the Bucks because of Doc Rivers.
I mean, last night I saw Dame get a game-winning layup, which you don't see that very often. But it's a team that it feels like they have to struggle and fight for every basket unless Giannis is getting 60.
Yeah.
Or Dame's doing that. It's so hard for them right now. And that's an internal thing. That's not the other team doing it to them. That's them doing it to themselves.
Yeah, because at least I know Chris Middleton's been out, but I mean the Sixers have been without Maxey. They've been without Embiid. They've been without Paul George. They're not even a real team without those guys.
They'll figure it out. There's too much there. But
they're digging a hole.
Again, you don't want to get too far behind, or you're not going to be able to catch up. But when you're talking about these superstars, you can win you can win one on the road to kind of even things out. But that's so far away from now, and the Sixers are going to go through this season with a quarter of it with no Embiid, so they can't afford to give away easy games like they did last night with a 20-point lead to the Heat.
Yeah, a 21-point lead. They went on like a run where it was like 25-3 or something over a couple minutes, and somehow blew that. That was over like a 4-minute span. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feeling today? Did you wake up this morning not pained? Did you get to attack your day without anything slowing you down or keeping you out of life? If that's you, carry on. You're doing things right. But if you're like the rest of us and something's bothering you, if there's something keeping you out of life, something so painful that you're not doing things that you should be doing, what are you doing? Stop. Get it fixed. Arasti. Yeah, Arasti providers are all around San Antonio with one goal in mind, and that's to get you out of pain and to get you out of pain as fast as possible. Now, a lot of physicians can claim to want to do that. A lot of medical institutions are going to do everything or say they do that, but it's the way Arasti does it that makes them so unique. Because it's not about pills to hide the pain, and it's not about some kind of long-term rehab process to prolong the pain. It's about your body fixing itself. And when approached that way, it's miraculous how quickly you can get out of pain. I'm living proof. I have spent most of my adult life with lower back issues. It would just twinge up out of nowhere. I'd spend weeks on my back limping around. I went to Arasti for the first time. I hobbled in and walked out. 3 visits, I was back in the game. That can be you. So if you're dealing with a frozen shoulder, or maybe it's a soft tissue injury or a crick knee, or maybe it's that lower back issue or tension headaches or bad feet with plantar fasciitis, let Arasti fix you because they can. They accept most insurances, and you never need a referral to go. Write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. Go to Arasti.com to find a map of all the providers. I promise you there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti today. Let them get fixed, and come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're starting to clear some of our trouble. 90 westbound at General McMullen. That wreck on the west side is just cleared. Downtown, we had an accident. 35 northbound at Highway 90. I-10 Nogalitos. That cleared as well. And that stall at 90 westbound 36th Street just cleared. Right now, your travel time, 35 southbound Schwab Road on down to Weidner, should take you about 20 minutes or so. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi, this is Bob Webster for Kinetico. You know, for years I've been telling you how I love my Kinetico water softener and all the reasons that I think that it is the best water softener in the industry. Doesn't plug in, not affected by power outages or power surges, saves water, saves salt, saves money. So many reasons, and right now they're making it an even better deal. You can get 0% interest for 12 months if you like. You can get a $400 discount when you trade in your old water softener, and when you do it soon, you get a free reverse osmosis system right there at your kitchen sink. All of these great perks for the best water softener in the industry. I love my Kinetico water softener. I've relied on it for years. And if you're in the market for a water softener or a new water softener, I highly recommend you check out Kinetico. Find them at KineticoSA.com or give them a call at 210-656-PURE.
The last water softener you'll ever own. KineticoSA.com.
Hey guys, it's AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Guys, excited to tell you about my friends over at SA Card House. They're located right off of 281 at Bitters, and this is the best card house in all of San Antonio. This is a premier poker experience. I got used to playing online in Vegas, and then every once in a while I'd go out, I'd get in the casino and play cards. I'm so excited to be back in a place where I can get my hands on the cards, sit down at the table, feel the feel of the table, feel those chips. You gotta love it. This is a private social club. They're open 7 days a week, and they're open all hours of the night. So you get up, whatever hours you're working, you get off work, you want to go play some poker, great. You work in the mornings, you want to play in the afternoon, great, like me. It's a great time, great atmosphere, a clean place, which is a big deal for me, and they welcome every skill level. On top of that, they've got a bar and grill, Foster's Bar and Grill attached. You don't have to be a member to dine. 5-star chefs on hand with nightly specials. The food is incredible. Check them out, and check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah! We found out some news during the break. Cheap Trick is going to be playing with Rod Stewart, with Sir Roderick in Austin.
Nice.
I didn't know this either. The Austin show's the first leg of the tour, very first show.
Oh, we're kicking it off, baby. We're going to work out the Kinks. That's another band that should be on.
They should. Yeah, Cheap Trick with Sir Roderick.
Robin Zander.
Daddy's all right.
Surrender.
Surrender.
R&B.
Oh,
15.
wow.
Riding around in my friend Marty Ramsey's Dodge Demon. Jamming to Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Good
Drinking
stuff.
Mickey's Big Mouths.
Good stuff.
Man, this makes me want to get a round brim hat.
Oh, yeah.
Put on my
top hat.
My Vidal Sassoons.
Man.
My Jordache. My Sergio's.
I got to get me a top hat.
Got to get you a top hat and a
Now it'd be
feather
hard.
earring.
It'd be hard to do the radio show with a top hat on, but man, it would look cool.
Yeah, it would look cool, man.
Have you had a chance to see Cam Newton do the ESPN car wash this week?
No, not this week.
He was sitting on the panel. I guess that was Sunday. He looked like he had just come from Tombstone and won a good card game.
God.
He looked like a Wild West gambler.
He's found a way to make me like him less and less. It's insane.
I appreciate a man that doesn't just dress up, but he costumes. He festoons himself.
I mean,
I appreciate that.
He is like Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same thing. You don't just go out. You put on a costume. Honey, where's the big earring?
Are you guys tired of Jake Paul yet? Because I got news for you. He's going to be around for a long time. He has joined forces with a biohacker.
I don't even know what that is.
Named Brian Johnson.
What's a biohacker? Playing with DNA?
Yeah. Brian Johnson, who you may know of AC/DC fame. No, it's a different Brian Johnson.
I was going to say, wow. I knew that every now and then one of those rock and roll dudes has their
No.
masters in statistics, but I didn't think one of the guys from AC/DC did.
Johnson is a tech guru, and when Jake Paul was going back to the locker room, they started talking, and he said, we should talk. I've got some ideas for you. I follow you on Instagram, so DM me. That's what.
What's this guy's name?
Brian Johnson. Brian with a Y.
Is this the guy that's trying to live forever?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew I heard this name.
And now Jake Paul is trying to live forever. He wants to live till he's 250. So
this is the guy that like freezes and does all these bizarre things all day long to live
So
longer.
now we're going to get 200 more years of Jake Paul. So if you're tired of him, you better get used to it, Bubba.
I'm thoroughly, I'm completely at ease with the fact that in the next 10 years he's going to run for president. I'm just preparing myself. You think it's weird now? Wait till he's running, because he will. That's the life we're in.
This is a little scary. Have you seen that there's a Christmas movie on Netflix called Hot Frosty?
Yeah, baby.
It's about a snowman that has turned into a man, and he's a sexy man.
He has a particular icy appendage.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, wah, wah.
So I want you to consider.
Is that a carrot in your pocket? You're happy to see me.
I want you to consider what's going on here. This is about a movie about a snowman who turns into a man and then presumably has sex with a lady.
I saw this. It was a vivid video.
It's got an 89% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. Apparently it's coming over very well. Now, what should worry you about this is that Gladiator 2 has a 75% rating.
Well, I'm glad it has 75. Normally
So,
those don't.
Save your money and watch Hot Frosty is what they're saying instead of Gladiator 2.
You ever had a hot frosty? You need to have some moist towelettes when you're done, but. So we got a sexy snowman that's come to life, and the children say he could laugh and play.
Yes. And
the same as you and me.
The same as you and
me.
me.
So when the sun comes out, what's left of him? Just the charcoal eyes and his carrot? I thought you used the carrot for the nose. Not
no,
down there.
not that's not in this movie.
That is a well. I almost went down a road I don't want to go.
I don't know. That worries. It worries me a little. Is all I'm saying. As someone who I think I'm pretty committed to watching Gladiator 2.
I'd rather go see the snowman with the purple eggplant.
Well, you can watch that on Netflix, so that's good.
I'm gonna open your gift. What's in the box? What's in the box?
There was a confrontation between neighbors in Kennesaw, Georgia, after one of the neighbors called 911, falsely accusing the other of smoking weed in her apartment. There were multiple videos explaining how her neighbor called the police to report her and her family for allegedly smoking marijuana and assuming the smell was emanating from her apartment. Now, of course, the lady who called the cops is white. The family who she called the cops on is black. So this is bringing in a lot of accusations of being a Karen. But apparently she said a video shows her calling the apartment to confront her. Jones informs the female neighbor that the marijuana smell isn't coming from her apartment, but this lady isn't buying it. She says, but thank you for having a conversation with us because it is not us. And the neighbor said, I don't believe you. And then she said, then why the F are you at our door? Because I heard you on your phone talking about it. You heard me on my phone saying you're the one that's calling the police on us saying we're smoking marijuana. I was told by the front office to call the police. But you called the police on us, and we're not doing it. Finally, she apologizes and says she had to cover her air vents, which reminds me of the movie or the Netflix show about Dahmer, where the neighbor was like, what is coming through his air vent?
Yeah.
And she had to cover up her air vents because the smell of
steaks.
rotting corpse is coming through her air vents. So I'm sorry, and I hear you. I don't want to be a Karen and call the cops on you guys, but it was the only thing I could do.
So you're being a Karen and calling the cops on me.
Yeah. I mean, dude, who calls the cops about smelling weed?
Well, someone who's trying to get rid of their neighbors. That's who it is.
Well, yeah, a Karen. That's who. I mean, I don't even. Well, listen.
So what happened?
The cops showed up and said, "Oh, it's not her." Well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
False report.
Oh, we talked about this guy before. That he's got. This is the guy who he threw away the hard drive that had his Bitcoin on it.
Oh yeah. Did he find it?
Oh, no.
Okay, so this is the one in Britain that
Yes.
it's been buried for 20 years. He's been trying to dig up a garbage dump.
It's in a landfill.
Yeah.
He goes out and he digs. This hard drive is now worth over 500 million British pounds.
Wow. Yeah, Bitcoin's gone up.
So what he's tried to do is he has told this town, look, man, I'll give you a percentage if you'll let me go dig up this trash. And they fought him at every turn.
He has repeatedly petitioned the city of Newport Council to grant him access to Docksway landfill to search for the drive, but the council has refused to allow this, previously saying the excavation was not possible under its licensing permit, and the excavation itself would have a huge environmental impact on the surrounding area. He has offered the council 25% of the value of the coins to be used on local community projects, but said he has now reduced his offer to 10%. Well, I mean, that's not how you sweeten the pot.
I know. Well, I had to be in there every night. As soon as the sun went down, I'd be climbing a fence. I'd be smelling like trash, but nobody's business. $500 million?
They are currently, in my opinion, withholding my property without my consent, and they're not allowing me to search for it. Friend, you threw this in the trash. You threw it in the trash. The price of Bitcoin has recently reached a record high, now over $80,000. And the drive that he threw away contained 8,000 Bitcoins.
Oh, my God.
This is an utter nightmare, and they need to make a movie out of this.
Oh, Bitcoin's 92,000.
It's at 92. Oh, my God. I might be rich, guys.
I know. Look at my balance. Has been going up.
Man. Rob, I think I'm going to quit this show. I know you're taking the day off tomorrow, but
all right, enjoy that.
Vic,
you're gonna cash in all your Doja.
I'm gonna cash it all in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cash it all in and live off the Vig.
I think you should.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what a life! All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in Vegas. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cash out all my Bitcoin and then bet it on the Cowboys plus 11 next week against the Commanders. There's no way they can lose by double digits to the Commanders,
About
right?
as safe a gamble as the the first purchase of any of the Bitcoin.
Seems about right. So we'll do that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Shop early, save big, all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at just $59.98. Don't wait to save. Shop these deals today, in-store or online, because Lowe's knows deals. Discount taken at time of purchase while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Skip the Black Friday madness this year with Diamonds Direct. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love, now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I was born long ago. Oh, yeah. Good old Lenny. Lenny Kravitz, another guy who, much like Rod Stewart, I look at him and go, that's what all women want to have sex with.
Lenny's a bad dude, man.
Well, Lenny,
I'm
very
down with Lenny Kravitz.
He's very cool.
Yeah, man, that dude's got it.
Yeah.
There's something about him, man. I'm down.
There's some of these guys, like Rod Stewart's another one.
I'd get it. I bet he smells of cinnamon.
You think so?
I bet he smells delightful.
I bet he smells like Matthew McConaughey, like of B.O.
I thought Matthew smelled like.
Well, his mom says he's got a good natural musk.
Well, I like guitar oil, a little bit of like, I don't know.
Patchouli,
a little
for
bit
sure.
Of patchouli, and some faint smell of like something
roast beef,
some smoked meat.
Yeah, roast beef.
Yes.
Like he's
beef
been
jerky? Beef jerky?
Like he's been in the kitchen at Arby's.
Something like that. He wants it to smell like smoke from a fire, but it's not real.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right. It's just his shampoo.
Yeah.
All right, let's do what we always do around this time and take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Daily Lines is brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located at 281 and Bitters, the place to play, baby. That's where I've been playing. I've been playing a lot, man. I'll do another tournament probably on Thursday. Do another one of those where you come out, you knock me out of the tournament, they'll cover your buy-in. I'll let you guys know, but I'm probably planning on doing that later this week. College football tonight, friends. Maction, baby. Akron at Kent State. This might be the worst game possible to make.
The Zips.
Kent State might score zip. Kent State's on like their fifth quarterback. He's a walk-on. I think he's a walk-on kicker that they're having play quarterback. It's really bad on that side of the ball. Kent State is a 10-point home dog to Akron. The total is 49, and quite frankly, I don't know how they get 40. I don't think Kent State's going to do anything on offense. Yeah, they're just a mess. Western Michigan is laying 5.5 at Central Michigan in a battle of directional Michigan schools.
Tell you what, both these games would make great basketball games.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about football, but the games on the court would be good.
Total of 56.5 in that one. I don't really have a feel on the side. Northern Illinois, though, +2 at Miami of Ohio. Total of 43. I like Northern Illinois here. In fact, I like Northern Illinois plus the 105. I'd rather have them on the money line. I think Northern Illinois is the better team. They've had some real bad luck this year. They've lost some games they shouldn't have lost. And I think that they are a better team than what their record says they are. Remember, this is the team that beat Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. I'm a fan forever. I even sent them a check. I sent a little money to their athletic department, and thanks for taking down Notre Dame.
What a guy. What a guy. Even though now it's like it hurts Aggie.
I don't care. Anytime, it's one of those things. I'd rather hurt myself and see Notre Dame lose. I'd rather go down with them.
In the association tonight, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 5.5-point road dogs at the Celtics.
I'm just going to say I warned you.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, I know 5.5 points, that's a pretty good number. I like Cleveland 5.5. I do. But I think Boston's waiting. I think they're going to piss in the corner and say this is our house tonight.
So plus 175 money line. Not interested?
No.
Almost 2-1 on your dough.
I know. I just 15 wins in a row. Now it's hanging over their heads. And that's the first thing they think about when they wake up. That's the first thing they see when they go to practice. That's the first question they get to shoot around. Can you win? It starts to weigh on you. But this is you want to talk about planting your flag. Roll into Boston and win your 16th consecutive win. Dude, I'm telling you, that's one of those things that Kenny Atkinson and this team, when they were working out back in September, just figuring things out, they knew when they were heading to Boston. They saw this coming.
The odds for the Cavs' first loss, if you're into that sort of market, tonight is the favorite at -205. The second favorite is at the Atlanta Hawks on November 29th. That's +800. Then plus 1,000 would be the Hawks on November 27th. That's a home game, though.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think that's next?
Why do you think that number's so big?
Because they are fully convinced that they're going to lose tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fully convinced, which is normally the nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I'm very tempted to take money line. I think I'm going to take the 5.5 points.
I like that line. That you get out clean with that one.
The Hornets are at the Brooklyn Nets. Charlotte +3 in Brooklyn. Total of 221.
What is Charlotte doing well to get them that close?
I don't. Well, Brooklyn sucks too. That's the problem. This is a pathetic game. The Nugs are at the Grizzlies. Nuggets +4 on the road. Total of 227.
This is going to be a good. I'm trying to figure why. What's the line here? We dealing with injuries. Jokic is game time decision. Gordon is out. Morant is out, and Edey is out.
Okay, what a fun game.
That's
these guys.
I'm just going to carry on without them.
What you're telling me is the Emirates Cup. It doesn't mean more. I thought it just meant more.
Well, at least not in Memphis.
Claymore says the Mavs spanked OKC without Luka. They won by 2 points. We need to redefine spankings in the NBA. That you can't have a one possession spanking.
Objects in the rearview mirror may appear larger than they actually are, dude. I wouldn't call that a spank yet.
The Packers blocked that field goal at the end of the game. They spanked the Bears.
The Bears. That last 30 seconds owned them.
Domination, friend. No, the Mavericks spanked the Spurs. That's who they spanked.
3-point devastating.
The Mavericks spanked the Thunder by the same amount that the Jazz spanked the Mavericks last week. So spankings go both ways, I guess. But
if your world, that's a domination. More power to you.
A lot of spanking going on if that's the case. A lot of spanking. They get a chance to spank the Pelicans tonight. Mavericks -12 hosting the Pels.
If you spank the Pelican.
Ooh.
Once you spank the Pelican, there's no going back.
The Pelican, right? Those are scary birds.
Tell you what.
Yeah. They'll mess you up.
Stretch out.
Yeah. He's got a beak on him. He looks like the character in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Except his, he can do I like when the Pelicans have the droop.
Yeah, when there's like a fish in there, just flopping around
it's
underneath.
Full. Yeah. It's like I don't even know how you describe it. It's like a what do they call it? A wine skin. Like it just.
The Moda.
Yeah,
the
I like that. Thunder. Oh, look at this! Some money coming in on the Spurs. They said 11 points too many. Spurs +9.5.
Well, consider what they're going to get. This is going to be a small ball game. This is going to be a game where there's not going to be a lot of paint presence. OKC doesn't have much there. They got some.
Maybe you haven't heard of a guy named Zach Collins.
He, even though he's nearly 7 feet, is really a small ball player. I do think we're going to see a lot of run around, a lot of the kind of basketball we don't like, penetrate and kick.
Mm-hmm.
But the Spurs have been shooting well lately. If it gets into that kind of game and we can find a way we don't have to take Shea out of the game. We just got to make sure he's not taking every appropriate shot. Let some other guys take some appropriate shots. I think this is the kind of game that you can go in and do something weird, something a little bit different. Mitch can kind of, expand his reach a little bit. It's going to be a fun one. It will be.
It's going to be it's going to be some work for Steph Castle tonight. Steph might find himself guarding Shea
all night. This is one of those nights, you know what, Steph? Rook, it's going to be a long night. Have some fun. Go get him.
Don't worry about offense for us. Just go out there and do your best to hold this dude down.
If we lose, we were supposed to lose.
Yeah, 9.5-point dogs. And the Utah Jazz catching 11 in L.A. against the Lakers.
Of supposed to lose.
234.5 is the total there. Lakers well on their way to winning their second consecutive NBA Cup. And, when they do that, the champagne will be popped.
I'll tell you.
I mean, it'll be what a party it'll be in Hollywood when they get that done.
What's the name of the Cup trophy? Is it the Emirates Cup trophy? Do we have a name for it?
I would assume. I don't know for sure.
LeBron wants to put his name on that trophy.
Damn right he does. He wants it carved in.
You win the LeBron James Emirates Cup trophy.
Last night, good win for Gonzaga. They mollywopped San Diego State 80-67 on the road. They went to Viejas.
Let me tell you,
and whooped that ass.
That is a hard place to win. I don't care who, when, what, or where. San Diego State, they start playing defense when they get off the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very, very impressive, almost as impressive as Kentucky's win, was that going into San Diego State and taking that win. Huge.
And I'm mad at myself because I talked about it on the air, and I said, I'm going to bet this game. And then I went home and took a nap and totally forgot about Auburn and North Alabama. Auburn was minus 29. They beat them by 33, 102-69. Nice. They kept their foot on the pedal. 52. They outscored them by 20 in the second half. I mean, just a complete and utter domination. In the top 25 tonight, the Yukon Huskies, the number 2 team in the country, they host East Texas A&M.
Formerly Texas A&M Commerce.
They are the Huskies are a comfortable favorite. 37.5.
Alex Caravan.
They'll probably cover 37.
I think they're going to cover 37.5. No disrespect to Texas A&M Commerce, but this is some awfully tall cotton they've stepped into.
The number 9 team in the country, Kentucky Wildcats, are hosting Lipscomb. I bet Lipscomb plus 22 in this game.
Yeah, they had a hell of a game against Duke. Duke helped them along the way. Kentucky is a Sweet 16 team. I didn't think they were, and they are.
They're pretty good.
But when you're playing a team like Lipscomb, who's going to probably be better than people expect, a lot of seniors on that team, it'll be close. But Kentucky's going to run them, but I don't think they'll cover.
Cincinnati laying 11.5 at Northern Kentucky. And for those who don't know, Cincinnati basically is in Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a border battle. I wouldn't take any part of that.
Northern Kentucky has yet to win a game this season.
I don't care. They know everybody on that Cincinnati team.
They might, yeah. But, boy, Cincinnati.
What's the line?
11.5. Undefeated Cincinnati, winless Northern Kentucky. And these are the scores so far of Cincinnati's games. 109-54, 83-56, 86-49. Cincinnati's going out and committing assault.
They're good. I mean, that's not that.
Northern Kentucky might get some medicine tonight. Is my thought.
Looking at the Northern Kentucky roster,
it's probably a bunch of guys you've never heard of.
I'm just seeing if we've got a bunch of transfers. Seeing how old they are. Junior, senior, sophomore. No, they don't have a prayer. They got a 7-foot Lithuanian.
Well, that's always nice.
You got that going for you.
The number 21 Florida Gators, they are 4-0. They are taking on 0-3 Florida A&M. Gators minus 35.5.
So the Gators are debuting that 7'8" kid, that Canadian kid.
Oh, he's playing tonight?
Yeah, it'll be his first game in Gator uniform. Risu.
7'8".
Yeah, man, it's the biggest guy to ever set foot on a college basketball.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he played at IMG Academy last year. He's out of Canada. He's got a French name.
What's up with these Canadians being giants?
It's all the maple syrup.
Must be it.
They
The lumberjack industry is hurting because all their giants are playing sports now.
Now they can't trim the branches.
I know. The number 1 team in the country in action, Kansas Jayhawks. They are 23.5-point favorites against unbeaten UNC Wilmington. Tough place to go into the fog, but UNC Wilmington, not a bad team. 23.5, pretty big number. My play for the day, though, is on the Marquette Golden Eagles. They are the number 15 team in the country. They welcome in the number 6 Purdue Boilermakers. Marquette now up to a 5.5-point favorite.
This is a hell of a basketball game.
I bet them at 4.5. I still like them at 5.5. I think Marquette at home is a problem, and Purdue they are coming off a massive win against Alabama. They defended their court. They're feeling great about themselves. Now is the time when Marquette swoops in, gets the job done, And this feels like a good spot for Marquette.
Watch Purdue and Braden Smith. That guy's he's the quintessential Indiana point guard. Grew up there, all basketball, all things Purdue and Indiana. They go as he goes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to win, but it's a hell of a basketball game.
Marquette, they brought a lot back from last year's team. The two guys that they lost, though,
Kolek and
Oso, Kolek and Oso Ighodaro, they're the pick and roll combo that just dominated last year. But they've done a good job so far without those guys. And at their house, man, that is just such a tough place to go play.
A great interconference game.
It's going to be fun, man.
Kudos to both teams for scheduling.
Daily Line's brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house.
It'll be a late night. Spurs tipping at 8:30.
That'll do it for us, friends. I'll be back tomorrow. Vic will be back tomorrow. Rob will be sleeping in or getting a fridge delivered or something.
I'm going to be shooting guns.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Blitz coming up at 2. We'll see you tomorrow. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports.